Good evening, everyone. Good to see y'all. How are y'all doing tonight? Michael, David, Linda, Kathy, Dorinda, Blackwatch. I can't see who else. I'm glad y'all came by. That was some show at Liberty Warrior. The main thing is don't lose your faith. Don't comply if you can possibly not. Hey, Shane.
Hey, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Uh, okay.
Good. So, did you hear about Governor Abbott?
No.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott announces he will use charter buses to send illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C. Booyah.
Well, and
Take
here's it. We've
that
heard that before,
number.
even through Ron DeSantis, and he never did.
I
So,
know, we'll see what happens, but still,
yeah.
if he does, that's a good thing.
Well, it'd be funny.
Yes.
It'd be a big old middle finger. But yeah, no, I'm not real sure that'll happen. Not real sure. Either
I know.
way, Texas still has to pay for that. They got to pay for the fuel and the food and the.
Yes. And it would almost have to be done in a, like, when to keep them on the buses,
Well,
just keep
without them
going
taking
from
over the bus. Remember that happened once too.
yes, they would have to like have drivers waiting at each fueling place and just swap out drivers and keep on going.
Oh, absolutely. And for some reason, I just don't see Texas spending that kind of money. Hi, Lori C.
I don't know. We're already having to do it on the wall.
Oh, I'm going to tell you that whole mess down there in Texas is just out of hand. It's out of hand. Uh, I'm not going to comment anymore about that.
You don't have to comment anymore about that. Fred Upton announces his retirement. Yay. I'm just trying to find some good news to share out there. But it kind of makes me wonder when they were talking about the Houston concert and what happened there. So this last weekend, I think it was this last weekend, um, Dallas had a mass shooting at a trail ride of all things. So of course there were kids and everything. And 2 hours later, Sacramento, California had a mass shooting at an event, and just makes me wonder if it's same type of deal.
It may be close.
Yep.
It may be tied. I think there's something tying all together. Yes.
So,
Yes.
hence the title, Restoration Number 2.
We can't even get restoration number 1.
Well, we talked about it.
Right. Cindy, how are you?
Wherever people of faith are, there is the restoring of life. We just have to hang on to that, I think. Okay, before I get started on any of this, since we've been having so many issues, I've been kind of peeking at other channels to see how they're doing this with the different people coming in and not knowing their intent. Um, and to kind of keep more control of the panel, we're inviting up mostly by emails if it's something that we're having a discussion on. um, I'll put the link for someone personally, or just to kind of keep it under control. I'm not going to just let anybody come up. um, I
I'll
don't
tell
know,
you, Mike, he did something pretty wise.
the
Is he?
subscription. And,
Well, the subscription, but then also if you don't show your face, you're not getting on panel.
well,
You
yeah,
don't
that.
show your face in the background, you're out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he won't even show it. He's nope. He'll just boot him,
yeah.
and that helped. That helped. That because yeah, we've all had those nudie pics come up, and it's
Hey, Mike,
hey, there is Mike.
how are you doing?
Yeah, Mike did it right. Mike's done some.
Yeah. Well, and that's at rescue. Um, Somebody came in uh, trying to go up on panel, and I think he had it set for the subscription thing. So that's not doing any good if they can still come to the panel.
Well,
And
and that's the thing. That's why you don't post your link in the chat. If you get a panel
right,
set your panel, and then if you want somebody to come up, and it sucks, and I know, and people hate it, but you've got to be very picky because we get so many people in here that in everywhere. Mike's is bad. I'm going to tell you, we get some pretty naughty people in there, and
oh, I know, I
so
was
you
just taking care of a few of them.
do what?
I know, I was just taking care of a few of them.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals. It's one of those deals you're going to have to probably set out a. Somehow we've got to figure out how to put out a link you can use without But you got to be subscribed. If you ain't subscribed, you don't get in. But then you put
Right.
your link up, and they can just jump right past that and jump right in your link. And
Yes.
I think that's wrong. I think YouTube's got this stuff wrong. I think you should be subscribed, and and whether it's 7 days, 3 days, 2 days, it don't matter. 24 hours.
Yeah.
And if you're not, I don't think you should be able to get in.
But
But
then the way they've been doing it, it's hard to tell too. Like, um, and I'm not bashing Rescue, for goodness sakes. I promote his channel totally. It comes on at 2 a.m. if anybody's awake. But um,
nobody but you, Bonnie.
no, um,
I'm
one of
kind of,
them came
I'm,
up as Bella, and luckily he is pretty observant to little details. Caught it, booted him out of the back room, and then one of them came up as me, and he saw the details and booted him out of the back room. And so it's even hard to tell who in the community is real and who's not. It's getting just ridiculous for all the channels. I saw Jeff today. He wouldn't put the code. I think he was messaging it to whoever he had in his regular panel. He has all their numbers and emails, I'm sure. And I think that that's kind of the way we're going to have to go. I've been asking for emails of um, people that have good things to put in, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Oh my goodness.
it'd be nice if Mike would jump up here. I'd like to speak with him. Just
Well,
a, general conversation, but
you have the link and you know his email address.
yeah, damn it. Uh, it'll take me a
Sorry,
minute.
make you work.
So I know it's work, but I'll go do it.
You can
I'll be
forward
back
it.
in a minute.
Sorry, DCH. Um, I haven't had any nudies here, so hoping to keep that out.
Yes, deplorable. I'm still awake. It won't be long though. I'm not going to stay on here very long. I just jumped on for a minute. I was just got off of Mike's and I was pretty excited. He had a great show. Beautiful conversation. Awesome conversation. Now, granted, I hope he pulls it down because if not, YouTube will.
Right?
And I hope he throws it over on Rumble or wherever we can put it. YouTube, or I mean, Facebook. But yeah, this one. That one will get yanked. We will get a strike for that one tonight.
So I'm wondering with the, uh, I know, and I don't even know how to talk about it. With the vacations, I don't know if I missed that or not, but I did hear once it's up to 4, it's not good. So before that, there's a way to like cleanse that out of you.
To cleanse the what?
The vacation out of you. I think that I heard that.
It's above my pay grade. Like I said, when it comes to the
Thank
computer,
you,
I used to be
Liz.
pretty good at it. But man, that was 20 years ago. Computers have changed since then. I'm kind
Yes.
of I'm kind of a bonehead.
Sometimes you just gotta throw the dice. Well, those are some dice I'm not willing to take a chance on. Sorry, Blackwatch.
Yeah, I don't know. You took a chance on me. That was worse than throwing dice. That was like throwing pennies. But I do hear baby girl in the background.
Yes, and
At least I'm not a fish head.
that's what I thought I saw, and I was like, "What?"
I
I
don't
love
know
her.
what that means, but that's funny as shit right there.
She always is. She is. She just cracks me up. We joke around in chats together. She just is so funny, and she loves to laugh. Something in. Oh, I got a job to do. I got to make deplorable laugh. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Robert. Good to see you.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Mike did send me a message. He said he had to put Noah to bed and then do
I'm
family stuff, and then he may jump over here. So
okay. She's here for a good time, and you're awake. That's a plus.
well, I can't swear I'm going to give her guarantee a good time. I'm just here to for a
They
few
come to hear
minutes.
you sing.
Well, maybe, but I don't even know if I'll sing tonight. I do got my speaker on. We got some music over there,
And
but
you
I
do
ain't.
joke around,
Huh?
and you do joke around, but no, you can't play music. Then we'll get taken down.
I ain't get. You ain't got taken down yet, have you?
Copyright.
You ain't got taken down yet. So what I do and what we do is always been good so far.
Okay, I shut the door. Cut down on the noise. That's why I can't be outside either. Too much noise. People cussing and going crazy.
Yeah, but that's just your
Well,
family.
no, it's neighbors.
Nah,
Did you see Jeff's latest picture?
no.
Too cute. Well, he's been really working out, but he's dressed.
He's working out. And what's he working out with or on?
He's working on his bodybuilding.
Oh, he's a big boy. He don't need much building. He's a big boy. I'm gonna tell you, he's 6 foot, 6 foot one. I never figured he was that tall until I met him at Mount Rushmore, and I want to tell you, he's a big boy. That boy is. I don't even know if I'd jack with him, and I thought I was a big bad boy, but I'm thinking he's ex-military. Plus, he's this big. No, don't
I didn't know
jack
he
with
was
him.
tall. That's cool.
Huh?
I didn't know he was tall. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he's like 6 foot, 6 foot one. And the way he carries himself is
Fundamental.
he's just a yeah. he's like my older brother. He's like a beast. He's just a walking around monster. He's like,
Well,
damn. You wouldn't know it seeing him sitting around all the time on the computer, but I'm gonna tell you, that is he's a and I'm not saying fat or nothing. He's just a beast of a man.
yeah. Well, he and Craig have corrupted Diamond Lil.
They've corrupted Diamond.
Yes, it's done happened. You'll have to go back and watch the show.
Nah, I can't do that. I try to stay off the internet until
Oh,
I
okay.
I figured out that my blood pressure gets way out of hand when I get on all these stations
Yeah, but Jeff's
and
is
some
funny.
huh.
Jeff's is funny.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not.
Jeff's is funny. I'm not gonna deny that. Hell, I've jumped over there a time or two, or
Yeah,
three, or four, or five, and I know I love his show. It's I just get excited and get my blood pressure up, and
and Diamond was showing some videos about caulking.
well, now when you say caulking, you're
And
talking
I
about
tried to
C
really make
A
sure.
U L K I N G, right?
Yes, I tried to really make sure that L was heard.
Okay, because yeah, after Jeff running around naked a time or two, supposedly I don't need any caulking.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Uh,
YouTube already took it down, so you can't watch it anymore.
YouTube took it down.
Yeah, because it was the videos. I'm I'm assuming it was from something, maybe Saturday Night Live or something. I don't know.
And that's what I'm very Jeff Riddle black cock Shane.
And you don't even want to know. Oh my goodness. Oh
Oh
my
my god.
goodness.
Yeah, isn't that what they call can't think. My mind.
I'm not going to explain it, Jeff. You can. Hey, Anna Marie.
Yeah, it's good to see Jeff in here.
Yes.
It's good to see him in here. Glad to see you don't hate me too bad.
You stop that. Yeah, it was great. And of course, the kids in chat, we all have to cut up, and a lot of times the chat gets pretty daggum funny. The, the things they come up with,
I want to tell
especially
you.
with Craig. Craig's so easy to pick on, so we all just really go after Craig.
Oh, we beat the hell out of him, and he loves it because it's attention. I don't blame him. Shit, I don't care if people beat me up. I just like the attention, and so yes, I'm what they probably call it attention whore. But I'm not. I'm not doing all this crap for me. I'm doing this because I get on here and I want to visit with people because I get lonely just like everybody else. I get lonely and I ain't got
Yeah.
no one around. So you have to figure out some way to not drive yourself insane. And so if you have conversations with other people, it keeps that from happening. Because if not, I'd drive myself insane. I really would.
Well, and that's why we have this awesome community
Oh, absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
everyone puts in something. It's everyone contributes something to this community, whether they know it or not. In the chat, on the panel, everywhere. It's it's like I keep saying,
Every
everyone
comment may
is a
not get,
shining
every
light.
comment may not be getting, I'm sorry, I spoke over you. I am so sorry.
Well, and I just said everyone is a shining light. But yes, sometimes it's hard to read every single comment and comment on it or repeat it. But all of y'all are just so appreciated. Now you can say what you were going to say.
No, I was just saying that. I just, you know, people get lonely. They have to have conversation. I live alone. 90% of the day, I'm alone. And, so you go to visit with people and it's like an addictive drug. You get just attracted to it.
Yes.
And, and so, yes, so anytime you can get a good comment, even a bad comment, hell, I don't care. It's one of those deals that it's like you're getting attention. But whether it's good or bad, you're getting the attention.
Farmers.com. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read chat. I love it.
Yeah, I see that.
Thanks for coming by, Cat Without the Hat. It's good to see you. Look, deplorable.
Yeah, I
Wait,
see that.
oh, did you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just stick it up there.
Yes, Diamond Lil, I know. I watch y'all. Just because I don't comment doesn't mean I ain't paying attention.
Oh, 1A, you be safe. I heard there were some bad storms coming through again. Up, not here. We need rain so bad it ain't even funny, but
Oh, we do too. We got more fires that fired up today.
yeah.
Well, they even had to close Balco School, which is about 25 miles away. They had to close it and they had
I
to
wonder.
evacuate it
Dang.
because, yeah, oh yeah, we've got stupid stuff going on all the time. We're starting to look like California up here.
Well, our wildflowers are blooming, and hopefully tomorrow I'm going to get to go for my ride and video it because I want everybody to see it. It's so pretty.
You got the purples and the blues and the reds and
Yes,
yellows.
orange. The, I think the Indian paintbrushes are orange and um,
Shane, sing us a song. Not right now. I'm not in the mood. I don't even have a song that I'd want to sing that I haven't sang before on my head right now. I get in
so the
moods. And
so
do
the
what?
um the truckers spent 2 nights in Midland, and
Okay.
no, I take that back. In Sweetwater, think something.
Sweetwater, Texas.
Yes.
That's right there by the Oklahoma state line, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Okay,
it's
different
close to
Sweetwater.
Midland because
Okay.
something happened with the Midland deal. But so everybody was asked if they are setting up a place for them to park for the night to contact the main website, um, truckersconvoy.com, I think is what it's called. And oh gosh, and yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard Craig sing.
Oh
Just
yeah.
all that.
Oh my God.
And
Yes,
but
I have.
the mayor of Sweetwater said he's going to Austin, and so I need to figure out how to get a hold of him. I want to go on that train, so I'll be making my signs, and I got a bunch of signs because there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to say no to.
Like government. That's the only sign you
Really want,
need. No to big government.
right?
That's the only sign you need.
Okay,
If
I'll get a gigantic hot pink poster board and say you're fired. Think that'll go over well?
oh, I would love to see that one. That would even if you got a big pink poster board and had it digitally printed.
Hmm.
Holy cow! You'd
And I
probably
could do
have
that.
you could probably have the FBI down there within a half hour.
Well, my father said he wanted to see me drug out by the FBI.
Well, that would probably do it.
Uh, you think? Just
I don't
saying you're
know.
fired.
The way this government is right now, there ain't
Oh,
no
that's right.
telling.
I'm a terrorist.
Oh yeah, you're a domestic terrorist. Yeah.
We all are. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. If you own a gun, you're a domestic terrorist. Good thing I don't own just one. I mean, I don't own one.
Yeah, good thing none of us do.
Yeah. You probably go in the room in my house and find a gun. I got 200 handguns.
Get video of what? Deplorable. Craig singing? Did he do it on his channel too? Jason is a domestic cat. Jason is adorable.
Jason's a domestic cat. Jason is a handful. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll get a video of me being drug off.
Yeah. Make sure somebody's recording that crap because, yeah.
Hey,
Well, not only that, if you got a video, we can all come save you. But if there's no proof, then we
please.
can't find you.
Y'all gotta bust me out of there. Um,
Oh, absolutely.
I am going to the Capitol.
The, the capital.
Yes,
You're going to Austin
yes.
to do what?
To stand out there with my pink sign.
Girl, you're going to get yourself in a pickle. You better be careful.
I'm
That's
not gonna
all.
be alone,
You better be careful.
but I
I'm just
can't run.
right. And not only that, it doesn't matter if you run or not. They'll have your phone. You know, they got that 360 or something on everybody's
Shane,
phone.
it
What you
all
want me to,
comes down to what are you willing to do for your
what are you
country?
willing to what are you willing to sacrifice for your country? That's right. That's right.
And
And you're right.
well, they ain't dragging me anywhere. They're just gonna have to shoot me. So there you go.
Yeah, well, Careful what you wish for.
I know.
It could happen.
They did acquit. I'm going to get it. I took a screenshot. If it took it. um, um, um.
Bourbon and Coke, Kathy Grant says. That'll help. That'll solve it the moment.
Well, who's going to sneak that into the jail? I don't know what she's talking about. But Matthew Martin acquitted on all charges in major blow to federal prosecutors and Biden's DOJ for
Good.
J6.
Patrick. Jason, take your meds, please.
Is Jason in the chat?
No, I don't know. It said Jason, please take your meds. Yeah, I think he is. Oh, Kathy Grant says that's what she's drinking now. Bourbon and Coke. Watch out for that Coke. It'll give you a headache.
And something else. Okay, I already said about the charter buses. Oops, I was supposed to send that to Chuck. I need to send that to Chuck.
Vodka and cranberry juice. Yes. That was a pretty good drink. But it always kind of affected my bowel syndrome. I almost have IBS and hit me all at once. I had to watch out for that. See, I'm trying to watch what I say.
You're good. I
Deplorable. Water. I drink water. It's pure mountain rocky spring water, but I'm trying to get off that and get back onto my 45 bottles of water a day that I was drinking.
That's good.
Well, I'm trying to. I haven't been real successful yet, but I'm trying.
Whoops.
Glass of water. We don't drink the water around here out of the tap. I'm sorry, Michael. Nope.
No, we don't. Well, since I have the filter, the girls do. I don't.
Ours has got so much chlorine and fluoride in it. I just won't.
Yeah.
No, I won't do it. Fluoride's good for your teeth, on your enamel, on your ivory. But you put it internally, it's the hardest thing you could ever do for your bones and your. And then the chlorine they put in it because they're supposedly trying to keep down the, maybe a rat or something falls down in the well or something. I don't know.
Yep.
But that is them two, and everybody can't figure out why they got cancer. I'm gonna tell you, there's so many people that's died from cancer in our little town.
Do you have your eyes open?
Me?
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Bonnie.
Oh,
How are
my
you?
God.
You didn't.
I did
Hello,
not
everybody.
even see it. I wasn't even looking. I was looking down. I was,
Yakking.
yeah, I was yakking. I'm sorry.
That was a good
That-
show, Mike.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
No, that was a wonderful show. I was very intrigued with that show.
Man,
I
those
hope
those
you-
guys bring semi loads of information.
And I hope you pulled that down and got it off of YouTube.
No.
Because if not, it will be pulled down.
Might roll the dice. We didn't really we caught ourselves a couple of times, and I don't know. I'm not too worried about it.
I'm going to tell you,
I
Mike.
think it would
I'll bet you a beer or at least $1. It gets yanked down if you leave it up.
be.
How about I'll bet you dinner.
Okay, fair. I'll do that. Fair.
Okay, so if I win, you got to drive all the way to Idaho to buy me dinner.
Damn it.
I heard that.
You know how much that dinner is going to cost me?
Yeah, probably about $700 or $800.
Oh, I know. Hey, I had my truck detailed today.
Nice.
Oh, it
Good
looks
luck.
sharp. It looks
Good luck.
sharp, Mike. It is slick.
Yeah, you do have a nice truck. I'm not big on the red, but red looks good when it's all detailed and washed, and it's a sharp looking truck. It's a nice truck. I drove it around town a few times. Nice ride.
Well, that's what I told somebody. I said, "Yeah, Mike got here, and he never even got in his car again. He drove my truck around the whole damn time." And yeah, they armor rolled everything on the interior, everything. I mean, I went out there and I looked in it, and I let a few people borrow it. You know, in between my brother and my nephew, and
Every neighbor in the
yeah, whoever needed it. And I went out and looked, and I was so damn mad. I was disappointed. So I told one of my hands, I said, "No, tomorrow I got a chore for you." And they showed up this morning, and they spent from 9 to noon doing nothing but cleaning it, washing it. I mean, they detailed. They put armor on the dash 3 times after they cleaned it.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That is getting it clean. To answer Robert, no, I did not. Hello, Jeff Riddle. Good to see you, brother. Hello, Diamond Lil. Thank you, Dorinda. If you guys just keep my family in your prayers. We're got some family issues going on right now that I'm trying to handle, and I get to get off the phone here and go deal with it some more. My little cousin, we're just court and a bunch of things. So if you guys can just keep us in your thoughts and prayers, I would appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
definitely.
Mike. Absolutely, Mike. So,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
what'd you think about your pod being today?
Oh, when I went rogue all by myself.
Yes.
Sometimes I miss just being in front of the mic. Sometimes I'm super comfortable with it. Today I just kind of rolled with it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just on fire. And I don't know. I enjoy it, but I also enjoy some really good intellectual conversation, like with you and Johnny and other people too. So I don't know. What'd you think of it, Shane?
No, I went and watched it. Matter of fact, I watched it live, and I'm going to tell you, I thought that was a very impressive show. You had a lot, and that's why I sent you that text. It's you had a lot of damn good questions, and you know, uh, no, I thought it was stupid phenomenal. It was a great show.
Wouldn't we like to get the answers to all those questions?
Oh my God.
Yeah, if nobody's listened to Podbean yet or Spotify, Amazon Music, check it out. LWN Podcast. I ended the show with a lot of great questions.
Oh my God.
Maybe some of you can help us answer them.
Yeah, you blew it up. At that end, you was like, you started out a little soft, but man, you blew it up at the end. And
I have to go back and watch it. I was packing and
no, that was a phenomenal show.
Everything today. Yep.
And this evening, once again, another great show. The Stephen and John,
John. Yep.
I'm going to tell you, them two were on fire. Now, granted, there's maybe a little fired up more than YouTube can handle, but
They have reason to be. This is a
yes,
war.
I know. I know they do, but they forgot they was on YouTube and not Podbean.
Well,
That's
we're just scratching the surface with those two guys, just so everybody knows.
Now, where did Stephen come from, Mike?
So Stephen is one of the 10 men of God that is there in Louisiana, right there with
with
John. And he is John's researcher. So they spend all week researching for Podbean for LWN. And so when John comes in, normally it's just the two of us doing the awareness podcast. All that research that we drop in the links, that's all John and Stephen H that do all that research.
I want to tell you, that's Stephen H. I sent you several texts. You didn't answer back, but man, that guy was blowing my mind.
Dude, he knows so much more. It's crazy.
And, you know, I thought I was pretty smart, but man, that dude was blowing my mind.
How'd you like the thought of a military getting vacationed and then a helicopter flying over the battlefield and hitting an EMP?
Oh, I know it. Yeah, it's like, when I was listening to that, I was like, that makes so much sense. Yeah, because you'd be done.
Wow.
It'd fry your brain. It'd fry your brain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'd be done. No, that was some, I want to tell you, that was some stupid, crazy information today. I was like, damn, is it over already?
Well, they're going to come back on. We're going to schedule them again to come back on because we're going to dive deeper into a lot of that stuff. And the mind control is a real thing. We've seen it in Texas at the concert. It's wavelengths across those micro, whatever they're called. My brain's fried right now, but I'm telling you, man, these guys have so much information. I hope a lot of people will share the podcast out and tonight's video out because there's just so much.
Yeah, your show today, both of them, were just unbelievable.
Well, thank you for that.
I was like, what the hell? This guy, it was blowing my mind, and you know, not much does.
Podbean is only an app. Is that correct?
Yes, it's only an app. You can download it on Podbean, or you can follow us on Spotify or Amazon Music at LWN Podcast.
Did you get that, deplorable? I don't have a link. I have Podbean on my phone. And you have to set it up like a membership kind of thing, but it's free.
Nah, both of your shows today, Mike, you set them up correctly. Those were beautiful shows. Lots of good information. It made me start go looking again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I was getting all worked up. No, I started after the Podbean, I went and started looking crap up, and boy, it was getting me worked up. And I was like,
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, he bailed. Must have lost internet. But anyway, no, that was both these shows were phenomenal. Yeah, you'll have Bonnie, if you didn't watch the podcast, you'll have to go back and watch it. And I'm sorry I did not share it with you. I normally do.
That's okay.
He did a great job, both of them, at 3 and at tonight. Great job.
Well, thank you, Dorinda. Hey, Bella. I know. I saw that Hawk went on. Hey, Von Eric. Oop. I think he's back.
There he is.
Sorry, my phone is blowing up with this family thing, so I'm gonna have to bounce. I gotta get some things taken care of.
Well, Mike, thank you for both shows today. Those were awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite to hop up, Shane and Bonnie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, I caught what Shane was saying earlier about the whole show your face before you hop up, and I'll show everybody the same respect that I asked for on my show, and show you my face, because it's just the right thing to do.
I know, but I know your voice.
Yeah, but
your Liberty Warrior avatar is just a white dot with a little person looking thing in it. What happened to your?
because it's StreamYard and not Restream, or I don't know what the deal is. I think it's because it's StreamYard. I don't think I have an avatar for StreamYard.
Hey, I'll tell you a quick, easy way to fix it, because I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Down there where you can see yourself, down there it says your name, and it says you're in the show. Click those 3 little dots, and it'll pull it up. And then every time you come on, it'll show your true avatar.
Can I do it now, or do I have to do it later?
Yeah, no, you can do it right now. You can do it while you're live.
If you have a picture in there.
Yeah, no, and you go find any picture you want and put in there.
Yep.
But no, just go over there and click those 3 little dots, because I can see mine right now. And that's the only reason I figured it out.
Yeah, and then edit avatar and pick a picture.
Yeah, take a picture, whatever you want to do. Pull up a picture. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take but a minute, especially if you get a picture you like.
What does the green names on the screen mean? And that's for Mike. I don't know. Did he change the color? Dorinda, I think it's because we can change the color. I can change the color of all of our names. Is that what you mean?
I haven't seen the green names except on Chuck's channel. On Mike's, I don't ever see it.
Well,
No.
I'll have to do it next time. I got to get off of here. My phone keeps blowing up.
All right. You take care.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Praying that everything goes okay and gets straightened out for you. I know that's stressful.
Yeah, it's tough, but we'll get through it. So just keep us in your prayer. We love you all. Have a great night. God bless.
Love you too, Mike.
Mike.
God bless you. when chat is on Liberty, he has some with green names. Do you mean the little box next to the name?
No, usually it depends, but yeah, mine's never showed up green. So it just depends on what you're going through, what stream you're going through to get there.
Or if you get a membership, when you push the join button and get a membership, then
Yes, then you can turn green on your text. Yes.
that's what she's talking about in the chat. Okay,
Yeah.
that must be what it is.
Green is a membership. Mike just text me. Green is a membership. So yes.
Okay.
Yes, you turn green, I guess, when you get membership.
See, I don't see green names, but I guess maybe because I'm a mod, I don't know. But I see the
And it
little
may be
green box.
because I don't see a lot of that crap either.
Yeah, I see the little green box next to it. And I'm a membership on channel 2, number 2. So it doesn't show up on any of the others. So whichever one you do your membership on, if we have to move to another channel, then it's not going to have that.
Yeah, and it's
But you're still a member.
Liberty Warrior Nation. It's I was just sending a text. It was like $2.99, so it's like $3. And
Yeah.
trust me, that's pretty cheap considering if you smoke or you have a drinking problem or I'm still getting blowed up. Anyway, yes, $3 and you will turn green. You'll look like Gumby.
If you want to be green.
It will help,
So,
And I get a badge with the membership. We need to
have
help.
any of y'all heard about that man? I don't know when this happened. And hopefully I pronounce his name right. It's Amir. Amr? Locke? Locke?
Yeah.
I think he was in Minneapolis. I know it's in Minnesota. And that's one of the things that needs to be changed. That no knock, no announce. Apparently this guy, they had a paper, but it didn't have his name on the paper. It was, okay, he was a lawful gun owner. They busted into his, I think it was an apartment. He was on the couch sleeping, and so he comes up, probably sleeps with a gun under his pillow because somebody just kicked in his door. He comes up with a gun, he gets killed. And so so what they say, he was not a suspect in the crime, whatever crime was committed for which the warrant was issued, and was not named in the document. And so they, I guess, did a court for the officer and no charges.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. A no-knock warrant is illegal. Okay, wait, let me rephrase it. It is a policy, not a law. There's a difference between legal and lawful, and a no knock policy is not lawful.
Well,
Period.
that's something that needs to be changed. I mean, that's something that we're
Yes,
all
it is. Yes, it is. It needs
fighting
somebody
against.
needs to sue the shit out of them, and
The family's still fighting it. They're not done because this man did
yeah,
nothing, and he was too young. It
yeah,
was just,
he was lay there sleeping. Yeah, boy, he did a bunch wrong, didn't he? He wasn't
yeah.
even implicated. They had the wrong damn address apparently for what was going on.
That really made me mad today when I read that one. And you know, I usually I'm back to blue and all that, but that one just really.
That's why I quit going and watching that crap because it gets my blood pressure up because it's not legal or lawful, and it's aggravating, and I get all worked up and go research laws and crap, and yeah, it's just not. I get worked up over that crap, so I just quit turning the damn computer on. I don't turn it on until Mike's coming on, and then when
Okay,
it's done, I turn the damn thing off. Or if you're coming on, or Gigi, you know. Other than that, I just turn the damn thing off because I get so aggravated. It works me up. I mean,
apparently some
go
of
ahead.
my people have lost their wrenches. What the heck? You know,
That welcome to screw tube.
yes, and I've seen that before here. And okay, who else lost their wrench? I just gave Black Watch back his.
I don't know. I can't even see mine right now.
Lex, you got yours. I mean, I'm seeing everybody with their wrenches, shift kicker.
I can't even see mine. Hang on a second. Let me. I got mine. I finally got mine.
Sergeant Prepper, I don't remember you. So I don't.
Damn it! Come on.
Oh, that's right. That's why he lost his branch. Remember last night when I nuked him?
Oh
Dadgummit.
yeah, on accident.
Yes, and I didn't know that that would take his wrench away, and whoops, we lost Shane. Must have pushed the wrong button. All of a sudden, everyone's blue again. I don't understand what's happening here. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm not seeing any. Um, Jason, if you're here, I ask you to just stay in chat and be adorable. um, Chuck, if you want to come up and join me, Bon Eric, 1A, Brenda, Brenda, you can come tell me about that because I don't know what you're talking about.
My TV's trying to mimic my computer, so I went over to my TV and tried to pull up it, and
And they are tapped into you.
yeah, oh, they
So
booted me
they're
out.
watching you.
Yeah, they booted my ass out. I'm like, what the hell? That's never happened before. But it took me forever. It took me a week now to get my TV to even. Because I had to take out. I think my HDMI went out on for my second screen. So I had to get
Hmm.
rid of it, and it took me forever to get my TV to rehook through Wi-Fi. But now it's trying to mimic my computer, and I'm like, going, no, I need the second screen, and then I can divide that one into 8 screens. So yeah. But anyway,
Hello,
yeah,
hello, Miss Bonnie and Mr. Shane. How are you feeling today, Shane?
I don't know. I'm
How are
okay.
you doing?
Are you being a big old grumpy bear?
Oh, I'm in a grizzly bear all day.
That's all right, Shane. We still love you.
I'm okay right now, but yeah,
Hey.
I was a grizzly bear most of the day.
Hey, did you guys see that article today about Miss Piglosi?
No,
Oh, well, I think I shared it with Chuck this morning before I d- passed out. But um, Miss Piglosi had a bunch of stuff coming out about her involvement with um, pea trafficking,
yes.
and it came out in an article today.
Oh, it's and you know what's going to be done? Same thing has been done for the last 2.5 years. Nothing.
Oh, I don't know.
Why?
They're bringing out a lot of dirt on a lot of people, Shane. For them to bring out her involvement in a pea trafficking ring, that's pretty big.
Yeah. Um, who did I hear she was involved with years ago? Ah, I think I said it last night. I can't remember.
Hello, shit
Y'all,
kicker. Hello, everybody in chat.
I have got to run to the. I'll be right back.
Little girl's room.
Yes. But I just saw Anna Marie's. That's it. Charles Manson.
Oh, that's why her eyes look that way. I do have a link. Do you want me to drop it in the chat, Bonnie, for that article? Oh, she's not there. She's gone little girl room.
Yeah,
Shane,
she went and hid.
I don't want to, talk about it out loud, but I can put the link to the article in chat and people can go and look at it.
Yeah, just go ahead and put it in the chat, and if people want to see it, then they can go see it. That's not
Oh,
going to get anybody in trouble.
okay. Let me grab it.
I'm trying to figure out why my TV's trying to mimic my computer, and I can't get it to because I can't chat on the same screen. So I have to have a different screen, and it's not letting me. So I'm having some issues. But I was just happy I got it to pull up.
Hi, Deplorable. Hi, Cindy. Blackwatch, Dorinda. I just couldn't type all these names. My eyes aren't that good right now tonight.
Oh
Had
yeah,
a,
absolutely. I went through that.
I had a long night or late morning, whichever way. Early morning, late.
It was a short night. Yeah, I've had one or two or three of those. I usually contribute those to Bonnie. She keeps me up. Uh, is Bella around? I don't know if she is or not. Haven't seen her in the chat yet. Oh, Bella's over at Hawks. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I'm trying to get my other screen to. Guess let me split it. See, it won't let me. For some reason, it won't let me split. Oh, maybe I need to do this. This may kick me out, and I don't mean to, guys, but this may kick me out for a second.
And it did. Brenda, do you have
Yes,
a link for donations for you?
yes, I do, Miss Bonnie.
Can
I
you
have
put
I have a PayPal, which is just my email, which I didn't even know I had until someone explained it to me.
yes?
They're like, "Do you have a PayPal account?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I know I pay bills with it." And they went, "Then you have an account." And I went, "Oh,
Yes. If you don't mind putting that in chat also.
I
Um,
deeply appreciate that, Miss Bonnie. I'm
no
trying.
problem. I
I'm
just,
I'm so technically challenged that I could never get um stream. What is it? StreamYard or Restream? Yeah, I couldn't figure that out. And so I was using Melon as a streaming app, but
mhm.
there was a lot of people that wouldn't be able to get in with the link. So I spent 2 hours today, and I finally got Restream downloaded, but I haven't finished setting it up because I came to a standstill. So I decided to just take a break because
Yes.
then
And I'm
it
sorry.
said I had to it said I had to download a streaming something like OBS or something, and I was like, oh man, I need a break.
Surely they don't make you do that. I don't know. But um, I did StreamYard and Gigi helped me set it up, and it took us 2 hours. I'm not tech savvy either, and I haven't pushed all these buttons to see what they'll do. Um, just modding and chat, I can wipe things out pretty good. So I probably best if I don't go pushing on a lot of buttons.
No, you're no good at delete the channel. You've only done it twice. Yeah, I can't even figure out why my TV's trying to mimic my computer instead of giving me the second screen I need.
Did this link go in chat? Or wait, what?
If I get kicked out again, guys, it's because I'm jacking with my TV. So I want my other 8 screens right. So I apologize if I get thrown out of here. Give me a minute. And if I get thrown out, just keep your eye on the background.
Okay.
No, you're right, Dorinda. She didn't delete the channel. She deleted the chat. Yes, she did.
Brenda, did you see Black Watch? Um, said you don't have to have that one. There should be one that's everything's free. Well, like mine was up to 20 people. Up to, not 20 people, 20 hours. And I could have 6 on panel. But I went over the 20 hours pretty quick. Did I lose you too, Brenda? And sign into it. Okay. Thank you, Brenda, for putting that. I don't know what's going on with chat. What y'all are up to. Do I have you back?
I saw that article come out this morning, early morning, and I went, ooh, man, they are starting to open that tap.
I sure
and,
hope so.
and then
I
that,
hope,
what was that? A Michigan congressman, I think his name is Upton, but I could be wrong. He resigned, and he's one of the ones that voted to impeach Mr. T. And I think Mr. T's response was 1 down, 6 to go.
yes. I think I saw that. Hey, Joseph. I just hope something is actually done this time, though. All
Yeah,
this evidence has come out. It's all been exposed, and everybody's just sitting there doing whatever they've been doing.
but see, a lot of the names that are coming out now, they're being indicted.
Hmm.
And I imagine with that statement coming out about her involvement in the trafficking, I think she'll be indicted. I don't think she'll be getting any ice cream where she's going. Hi, Chuck.
That's pretty good. Yes, Chuck.
Yeah, if you don't recognize someone, then I wouldn't. I agree with Cashew.
Yeah. And I did not recognize that name. And if somebody else did,
I didn't remember it, and I've been coming here and in all the other regular family rooms, and I don't remember hearing that name.
okay. I mean, I saw some people saying hello, but I don't.
Yeah, maybe Easter's going to be a big weekend because didn't he say? Oh, sorry, in one of his rallies last year that there's going to be a good Easter.
Seems like, yes, because everybody thought it was last Easter. I remember that being one of the dates everyone was waiting for, and it didn't happen.
And same with Christmas. They said it's going to be a good Christmas, but it turned out that the Christmas he was talking about was in the spring, not in the winter.
Right. And so, are y'all ready to listen to this?
Lay it on us.
This might be what you were talking about. Randy Lynn Erickson. Is that what you were talking about?
A congressman?
Randy Lynn Erickson, Elk River, Minnesota, successfully entered evidence and exhibits of an international human trafficking conspiracy. Am I going to get in trouble for reading this? Oh well.
I don't know.
U.S. presidents torturing. Okay, I don't even want to say that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Involving
Little people?
Darcy, BC, JB,
Oh.
MP, and others. An attempt by Droll Law Firm to strike all the evidence has been denied.
Denied. Boom.
Droll also attempted to have Timothy Charles Homestead prevented from reporting on the case, which was also denied. One moment, please.
Good night, deplorable.
Okay, let me. Shane's having some troubles.
You too, deplorable. Be safe. Have a good night.
Night deplorable. She's
I
leaving.
couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't believe I was still awake when the sun came up this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was listening on Rescue last night. I couldn't believe it. I made it that far.
I must have missed you because
I mean, I fell asleep for part of it, and then I woke up and he was still on, so I went back in, and then
yeah.
I was still there till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow. I think it was about 10 that I went over there and I was like, wow, they're still going. You okay now, Shane?
Yeah, I gave up. I gave up on that crap. I'm like, my TV was trying to mimic my computer. And I'm like, no. Couldn't get it to do anything different. So I just turned it off, started over, and then I went back into grab the link, hit the wrong damn button, and there your link went.
Yeah, me too, Lori. He's got such a calm. He's like Dave Snedeker. He's got a calm voice.
Ah, over a year ago.
And did you notice that there's a lot of well, not a lot, but the few Hollywood people that were speaking out 10 and 15 years ago that were blackballed, and Hollywood tried to ruin their careers, like Mel Gibson. They 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 tried to ruin him.
Yes.
He's got a new movie coming out with Mark Wahlberg, and I think it's called Father Stu, and it looks pretty good.
Hmm.
But that tells me that Mark Wahlberg's on the good side too, which is awesome, because I'm so sick of all the ones that are bad.
And it's called what? Father.
I think it's called Father Stu. I think there's a trailer for it on FluffTube, and I remember at the beginning of the trailer, Mark Wahlberg says, I know what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a priest. And his mom goes, for Halloween?
No.
Joseph, I think it's all okay. Uh, Time will tell. We'll see.
Oh, and any parents homeschooling, grandparents, whatever, you need to look up the HSLDA. Um, people are coming unannounced to homes where children are being homeschooled, unmarked uh, cars, but law enforcement of some sort, I think, and asking all these questions about why the kids are being homeschooled, and because
Because it's the parents' choice. Get off
it's
my property.
apparently a whole lot of parents have decided to go that route, and of course the schools are not happy because they're not going to get the funding. Well, well.
I've got the notice up on my door to police. If you're here to intrude upon my privacy, infringe upon my rights, discuss anything to do with the illegal C mandates, you're trespassing on my property, and if you don't leave, I'll be calling the police and having you charged with trespassing. And it
Yes.
usually works.
And Cindy, yes, that's what it is. HSLDA. That is a site for homeschooling parents or grandparents.
I've been
Yes.
having an awful time with my internet.
Yeah.
I was up with Robert earlier today trying to help him, and it was like 3 times it just crashed. And I just had to tell him, for whatever reason, my internet won't let me come up on panel right now. So I just got to chat and try and help him that way. He's such a sweetheart.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad so many people are giving him help. I that's the time of day when I'm like trying to get everything done and together before the evening because and
Because
that's
it's hectic.
yeah, and that's usually when Robert comes on or Chuck or 1A. And I'm like, oh, well, I got to get this stuff done. We made pretty good progress in my room today. I was happy about that.
Okay, Bonnie,
Yeah,
can I change the subject for a second?
yes,
Did you look up that Amish stuff?
yes.
What'd you think?
They're pretty. Um,
Yeah.
I went to the website, but it's gone. So I'm going to try the phone number tomorrow that was on a sign on one of them.
Good
Yeah.
night, good night,
Right up front.
Dorinda. Lots of love, Dorinda. Have a good rest. Be safe.
Brenda.
Night, Dorinda. Yeah, that was yeah, right up front there was it showed it and then it showed it again on the building.
Yes, on the sign.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where I got the website, and it
And
said
the
it had been
website's not
taken
up.
down.
Well,
Mm-mm.
it may be. It may
Good
be
night,
taken.
Lisa. Have a good night.
You went to
Sleep
the
well.
huh?
I'm sorry.
You went to the .com?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give them a buzz and see if that works. If not, I'll find a different one for you.
Okay, thank you.
That's yeah, those are beautiful little buildings. Did you watch it the whole thing?
I was looking at several of them. I hated
Oh
that they
my God.
use so much space for the porch, though. Um,
They do. They do. They use a little bit of space for the porch, but man, it makes it a beautiful little home. And then you ain't got to build it later.
yeah,
It's already there.
and they're only one bedroom, which I
So, yeah, there's some that's only one.
I can make that work though.
But yeah, there's I probably need to send you that other one. I'll have to go look it up, send it to you. But yeah, they make two bedrooms and
Yeah,
beautiful little homes. Now, granted, you got to add electricity, but they're 8 by 8 square logs,
right.
and you can just add that external with the little cap and all that crap on it.
Well, they got the breaker box and light
Yes,
fixtures, so they must have some wiring in them.
correct.
Okay.
So yeah, they're beautiful little homes,
Yeah.
and they're done. They're ready to go. You ain't got to do uh, very much of anything,
Yeah.
which I think would help you out a bunch.
That off grid with I think it's Doug and Stacy.
Yes.
The first one they started out with. Um, of course, that was quite a while back. I think she said it was 15,000,
Right.
but they used the loft for a bedroom, and I can't do that.
Yeah, and they started out with a shell.
Yeah.
No Black Watch. I do not have nothing plugged into my TV. It is I do wireless. I just Wi-Fi to my TV. Because my HDMI port, I think quit because every time I'd plug it in, I could see everything on both screens, but I couldn't. At first, I couldn't on a Zoom call, like in our meetings. No one could hear me, so I'd have to unplug it to talk. Well, then I got to where, yeah, I couldn't hear or talk, but I could see. And I was like, nah, I'm done. So I think
Yeah.
my HDMI port quit. These damn gaming computers are something else. No, it's been a lovely computer. Don't get me wrong. It's been awesome. It's fast. It's quick. It's do anything I want it to do. But I think the HDMI port went out. So no, I just Wi-Fi it. Now I may have to try Bluetooth to it. Then I can control it. Maybe different, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
That'll give me something to do tomorrow.
Cindy, what David are you talking about?
Good night, shift kicker.
Good
Have a
night.
good rest.
Thank you.
Well, it won't be long, and I'll be out of here too. Yeah,
Somebody's got to get the kid.
yeah. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure it's
I keep
somebody.
hearing Brenda yawn, and I'm thinking she's gonna
Yeah.
in the garage. I had Brenda put her donation link in the chat.
Appreciate that, Miss Bonnie.
No problem, and I'll copy it and keep putting it in the description or dropping it in the chat.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I know that you're having really hard times, and
Yeah. Here's the latest at the Nightmare residency. The tub stopped draining on Thursday, and because this is being dealt with by an estate because the parties are arguing, the estate said that they would get back to me. They never got back to me. He finally got back to me yesterday and told me to get quotes. So I got quotes, and I got a quote. I called, I think, 6 plumbers, and only 2 could help me. 1 could come in 3 weeks. And I'm thinking, dude, you haven't been able to use the bathtub for 4 days, 5 days.
oh my goodness.
Pop the drain cap off there and pull out all the damn hair.
I don't know how to get it off, Shane. And here's the retarded part: the drain doesn't go straight down. It goes directly under the tub. As soon as you can't even get like a coax cable in there in the hole to try and put it down there and push the clog out, because it's that tight against the tub. And I thought, because we put 2 32-ounce bottles of the industrial plumber's Drano stuff in there. We've put half a box of baking soda and almost half a jug of vinegar. And you turn it on, and within 30 seconds, it's already backing up. And it's like, oh, man.
Black Watch, you don't have to do yourself.
Hi, Guardian.
Hey, Guardian. Hi, Black Watch.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, that's a good idea, Lori. I'll try that tomorrow. I'm too tired to do it tonight, but I'm going to try it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. But you You sound so positive, and I'm just
Well, I have to just think that if you dwell on everything that's going wrong, you're going to lower your vibration.
yes,
And
and
so I just try to keep putting it in God's hands and trusting that He's going to help me figure it out.
yeah, and that keep that positive energy going.
Because that stuff
When,
that Hawk shared about the NIH, that blew my mind.
yes,
How many years they've had those answers and they've hidden them.
mm-hmm.
And I already tried that, the paste form, but I
Uh-huh.
couldn't get it. I couldn't get it down, and I don't know what it was. And I don't know about them horses, but they're getting ripped off because ain't no way that stuff tastes like apple.
No, no, and that's from what I've seen. It's horrible.
And
Um,
I tried taking just the paste. I tried putting it in pudding. I tried putting it in mashed potatoes. I tried everything, and it makes me gag and upchuck every time.
oh gosh.
And I just kept trying to think of more things that I could put it in to disguise it to try and get it past that reflex.
Mm-hmm.
And then Grace Johnson came on the other night and she says, they have these capsules on Amazon. And I went, it was like somebody smacked me up the side of the head with a brick.
Oh, no.
It's like, dang, I use capsules for my oil. And I
Yeah,
thought, I'm going to try putting it in the capsules. Maybe I can do it that way.
that's a good idea. I did not know you could buy just the capsule.
Oh,
Empty.
yeah. I used to buy them. You can buy them like a bag of 1,000 capsules. But because I go with my oil, it's not as pure as Hawk's or anybody else's because I don't have any specific strains at my disposal. And the people that help me out with the product, they always have different strains going. So I just have to take whatever they have because we don't have anybody here in Canada that's like Hawk and Super B Dub and and Deanna. We don't have people like that here that I know of, that I found anyways.
Yeah.
So I just have to go with whatever I can make, and I always make it with coconut oil because I don't want to do the. I know it's a purer form if you distill it with oil, or with alcohol, but I don't want to do the alcohol because I can always taste it.
Yes.
And I can't handle it. So I just do it with coconut oil or MCT oil, and I make them. But I was having to buy the bags of 1,000, like, every 3 or 4 weeks because you're going through like 6 capsules every 4 hours because it's not as pure as Hawk's stuff. I just have to pray that God's gonna make it so that it's a healing because He made the product, right? He made the plant,
Yes.
and so that's what I go by. And then the last time I bought them, I bought a bag of I think it was in October, no, maybe August of last year. I bought a bag of 10,000 capsules.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm looking at it and I'm going, dang, I'm getting down there. I might have to get another bag of these, or things are going to turn around and this is all going to heal up, and then I can get back to doing, because I'm still pushing myself to try and separate everything that I don't need, because
Yes.
I can't get my daughter to understand. She keeps trying to push for a house. I said,
Yep.
You don't understand. My brain doesn't work like that. I can't look for a house when I'm trying to make sure I'm not taking stuff I don't need.
Yes.
I said, I got to sort out all that stuff that you guys wanted 10 years ago because it was the in thing and it sat there for after 2 weeks and has collected dust.
Yep.
I said, stuff that I don't use, like serving trays and all this crap that my mom gave me that, she used to like having for big dinners and stuff. I don't use it. I've never used it in like 3 years. So it's like gone. And I said, the only stuff I'm keeping is stuff that I can use when I find a place to go. It's all like hardware, tools,
Yes.
supplies, 2x4s, that kind of stuff. I'll
Yep.
take all the extra furniture that I don't use, that I don't need, I'm getting rid of. But it gets exhausting sometimes because it's I can't stand for very long.
Yes. I am doing the same exact thing, and yeah, and I totally understand the weakness.
Hi, Miss Bella.
Oh, I thought she left again.
Oh,
What are
she got a
what are you looking for in Canada?
Oh, well, just there's like Hawk and Deanna and Super B Dub. They help people like me, but
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find anybody here except my girlfriend. I've met. She has a grower's license, and she actually bought in Fort over 20 years ago to be able to grow and make the stuff with a higher T_C.
So you don't want to go through the stores.
No, because I don't trust them.
Oh, well,
Especially, yeah, you don't know where it's coming from or what they treated it with.
yeah, I could have helped you, but I had a fallout on that channel. So I'm banned.
Well, that's okay. You can come up and help me talk to chickens once I find a piece of property.
I don't do chickens. Ducks, maybe, not chickens.
Oh,
Oh my
this breed that I want to race, Black Watch, they're so people friendly. They love attention. They're not aggressive. Even the roosters aren't aggressive. They love attention. They love people, and they're great meat birds. They produce large brown eggs. Yeah, they're called Bielfelders.
Wow. My daughter's boyfriend went to Tractor Supply today, and so we had 2 ducks that we were playing with earlier. I said, you stay out of Tractor Supply at this time of year because they're moving into an apartment, and that's what I asked. I was like, what are you going to do with 2 ducks? Ah,
Were you looking for what's been bouncing around in Texas, shall we say? Is that what you're looking for?
Who are you talking to?
Sorry,
Looking for, what do you mean?
CBD.
oh no, we don't have that here. I
No,
mean,
but I'm just trying to avoid
Yeah.
you. That's what you're
I'm-
looking for.
okay, gotcha.
They have good stores here. But
Well, my girlfriend, she got her license back when, and she had to fight to get the higher levels of the T_C in it.
right.
When they issue licenses now, they won't give you that level on your license unless you fight for it, and you'll have to fight a lot harder than she did. And she had to fight hard like 15 years ago for it. But with everything that's going on now, the government wants to control all of it, right? They want you to get the seeds from them, and they want you to go to their dispensaries, and I ain't going to none of their crap. I don't want anything they treat their stuff with.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
have.
know.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They had one in Mississauga, if you know that. It's basically Toronto. And they freaked out because it's all done. It was a brand new built house quite some time ago. He said it's right across from the school, but he got licensed, you know. But anyway,
We had a big growing place here in the town, just like 25 minutes from me, but it only lasted for like 7 months, and then it went out of business. Probably because people think the same way I do. They don't want to deal with what the government's making and
Right.
them dictating it, and you don't know what they're treating it with. You have no
That's
idea
it.
what they're doing with it.
You don't know what's going in. Yeah.
so
Hey,
you don't want to light it. Can I put it that way?
Right, I'm making oil with it. Yeah.
All
And I
right.
mean, I do keep a small amount aside for my bong when I have really, really bad nights, when I'm like in tears for more than half an hour. Then I'll do that, and that'll usually help cut it back a bit. But
There's
I think
people.
now that I found a solution for that stuff from the NIH, I'm gonna try that as well. So I'm just gonna keep hitting it with everything and keep praying that God brings me where I need to be.
The places I know are out of province, so I don't know. I knew they're gone now. Sorry, Shane.
no, you're good. You're good. Hey, Bonnie,
Yes.
I think I'm done. I think I'm wore out.
Okay. I understand.
I think I'm gonna.
Get some rest. Get yourself a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that, so I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Good.
And we're gonna keep praying for you. And we love you. And when you get up in the morning, you feel better. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Or we're always praying for you, Shane. Always.
Yes.
Shane,
Yes, sir.
try hardwiring your network if you got the cables. Just a thought.
Yeah, I've always been told hard wire is always the best, but like I said, my HDMI port I think quit on me, so it might
Laptops are
be a
like
little tough to do. I have to look to see. I've got a couple more ports. I just don't know what they are yet. I'll have to look and see.
you could go to a device manager and list the USB in that. But anyway, you know that.
Oh yeah, I could probably go re-upload the driver and get it all back, but
It's a pain.
oh, it's a pain in the ass. But
Laptops do that. They lose USB, HDMI. That's why I build. I won't be doing another one, but I build desktops. So,
I used to build computers, so I know. I used to go to, and I had the computers that had the STDs of the world in it. I'd have so many STDs in it, and then I'd just go in and reboot it, go onto the BIOS, and I just reboot it, the whole damn thing, and then have to start all over. You'd lose everything. But when I started it up, it was like a brand new one. But now they're getting harder and harder to do that with, especially when it's a laptop.
my
'Cause it's
experience with Windows 10 is it does not get viruses. Windows 7 was better. XP was a nightmare. But anyway,
I think I got Windows 10, so
you should have. So you shouldn't get that. You activate Windows Defender, and you should not get any problems with viruses. The worst you'll get is it'll say, "Whoa, back out," on the browser.
right.
That's the worst you ever. I only got that once, and I purposely tried to get a virus. Oh. I just image C drive, right? I can always restore it back on itself. Something went wrong. The only thing you got to watch is you get a rootkit virus, which is rare. You really got to know what you're doing. The drive is bad. It's done. Toast.
Well, I can be talking to my brother about something with my computer off, my camera off, everything's off, I'll turn on my computer, and it'll be pulling up crap for me that me and him was talking about. I'm thinking, yeah, I kind of know what's going on here. So I know what's going on.
You know, I mean, the branded ones, you got to use their own updater, HP updater. You know, you don't go to the manufacturer's site and all that.
Oh, hell no.
You know, just a pain. But if you want a laptop, you know, you don't build your own.
Yeah. All right, Bonnie. Love you. Have a good evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow or later if you text me.
Okay.
Good night, Shane. Have a great rest.
Good night, Brenda. I'm done, guys. I'm big.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
I'll talk to you
Actually,
later.
Good night, Blake.
How did Cashew delete Cashew? Oh, I'm getting an answer. Okay. Okay.
delete the channel. That's
No.
Because you're done then. Anyway.
Joseph, what did you say to Alexa? I'm missing all the chat. That's such horrible. Oh. I don't know. Night, Garrett. There was something I wanted to ask you that you mentioned in LW, I think. Dadgummit.
Good night, Garrett.
Can't remember what that was.
Are you anywhere close to London?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm about an hour west of London, Blackwatch.
you're right in the middle. You're right between me and London then.
Yeah, I'm about an hour from you too. Hour and 15 minutes.
Right in the middle. Yeah, I know. Used to do this drive from Toronto to Dearborn, twice a month, sometimes in the winter.
Well, when I was driving truck, I used to do it once a week on my way out to California and on my way back.
Oh my goodness.
Driving truck, that's an experience in itself.
Yes.
I loved it. I did it for 23 years.
That's great.
I saw some amazing places, both in Canada and the States.
Yeah. Have you found a place to live yet, or?
No, I can't even wrap my brain around it, Bonnie, because I got to finish sorting what I don't need, so I know what I need room for.
Yeah. And that's.
But I thought with everything that's gone on, because my kids, they haven't handled this well at all, like all of this situation.
Yes.
Because they lost so many people in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And then after I was diagnosed, there was 5 people in the family that were diagnosed after me, and they all chose the other route, the government route. And they were all gone in a year or less from their diagnosis.
Oh my goodness.
So, like in the last 6 years, I think they've lost about 17 people.
Wow.
So then when I was diagnosed, that just sort of snapped them.
Yes.
And they all are with the thought that I'm dying next. And I said, you're not paying attention here. I said, I was diagnosed before these people, and I'm fighting with everything I got for 3.5 years, naturally. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I just didn't know it was going to be this hard.
So you don't want to go the confirmation route, shall we call it?
Nope. I don't want to go anywhere near there.
It's an individual's choice. I've not had it done, and it's
My
just it's circumstance with me. It's just whatever, you know.
Yeah, my own family doctor, who used to be 100% on board and knew exactly how chemicals reacted with my body, she supported everything natural for like 20 years ago, but not now. And the second that I said no to chemo and radiation, the doors were slammed. No assistants, no social workers, no nothing. So I was doing it all on my own, and the natural supplements are not cheap.
No, they're not.
It's kind of like, what do we do from now? I'm fighting a system with what I have too, and it's the same as what you're talking about. This is what happened. I said, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. But anyway, I wish you well with that. My daughter can't even get an operation. I mean, a woman would get this. I don't really want to. 2 years ago, she told me she bled for 3 months. They haven't dealt with it yet. Now they got another operation for her to cut her arm off. Still haven't done it yet. But anyway, since I left 50, I lost all faith in the medical system. I knew my GP there for over 25 years. It was like my big brother. You know, it's all gone.
Yeah.
It's
And see, and my doctor went from 100% support and everything 20 years ago to she's totally on board with the bad side.
Yep.
And she's been pushed. Even though she knows that I never got those pokes beforehand for any reason, and I had an exempt. This is how long I've been fighting those. My kids have had exemptions on file at their schools since they started in JK.
Yeah.
And my oldest one is 19 now.
Wow.
So that's how long I've been fighting that stuff. And she knows it. But she would phone and send emails about me going in and getting it and all this other stuff. And I said, you know what? You're really starting to tick me off. Really starting to tick me off.
I came here and I was told, of course, you would look ahead.
Good night, Joseph.
That the same doctor treats everybody that was here that having a family. And I get here and I get all set up and I go, okay, let's go. The guy in Whitby's, he's printing the prescriptions. I'm there. And anyway, they said, oh, he's taking some months off. I said, what for? His wife had a baby. I said, did he just clue into she was pregnant? Not 9 months ago. Anyway, since then, all I get from any doctor is, do you want me to lose my license? And I said, like the guy that's been fronting me for 6 months because you guys can't figure this out. Anyway, I give up on the medical system. Yeah. However.
See, yeah, I haven't done one of those. And it's really sad that we've all come to the point where we can't even trust our healthcare providers to keep us healthy. It's like, well, that's my doctor. She kind of turned against me, and
you stepped on her feet or on her toes.
Yeah, I guess.
You never, one doctor. I'm sorry to interrupt your story. These things happen to me too. It's infuriating.
Yeah. Well, that's when I got pneumonia. I went to the emergency room. She wasn't open, and they told me what to take, which I was allergic to, and so they saw that right there in the emergency room, and she said, "Oh well, just keep taking it." And I'm like, "No." Luckily, I had something here, and so I was able to take care of it myself. And then my doctor was like, "You didn't have pneumonia. you wouldn't have got over it that quick. And I was all, wow, really? Okay, well, chest x-ray said different, but whatever. And so it's been a uphill climb for 3 years now, trying to get back where I was before.
Yeah, and see, like I hear down in the States about the frontline doctors and ways to contact them so that they'll write you that prescription. But up here, there's all the doctors that are fighting back. They're all on tour, the whole deal, but you can't get a hold of any of them.
Well, I give this one doctor, just is a friend, I think, that his wife was pregnant with her. He went on to, well, you're not supposed to say what's going on, a major council. He was working almost 724. Now he's backed off for his family's sake. He's living off his savings, and he'll come back after this. Like the man wore himself out. So I don't blame him for backing off. He's probably got another 20 years to go, or 15, and he wants a family. But I had the worker take me to one. I'll tell it. The guy's on South Shore of Michigan and here. He's now retired, 39 years. Sent me, after 3 weeks, sent me for x-rays to say, you have arthritis in my shoulder. You won't use it again. I know that. Where's my prescription? Long story short, he had my record. I know they went there. I confirmed it. And he said something about something with my left ear, which I've had trouble since I was 10. My wife was told this. I didn't know it. I was in recovery. Went through the year, and there was tumors at the base of the brain. So I said, I don't have an eardrum. It's got the flap. He says, how do you know that? And I says, how many people have that operation and have one? He says, how do you know you had an operation? I said, I give up. Bye. And the worker came in. I had the file of the guy on the Royal Ontario College of Physicians. And he says, you're checking into him? I said, darn right. Which I don't know if you know that, but you can do it online. Check any doctor.
Oh, really?
Anyway, long story short, I don't have a doctor. Which I don't care anyway.
Well, I keep her as an emergency, but I don't let her dictate anything to me. And I saw a very nice doctor who was speaking out against all of this and risking his career. And he did a YouTube video about it. And he lives up in the area that I want to move to. So I'm hoping he's still around when I finally get up there.
Yeah. I mean, this is before this happened, before 2019.
Yeah.
2016, I couldn't get a doctor. The first woman I saw, because I don't know the area, my daughter and son-in-law went. She's talking to them. I said, hey, I'm over here. And she says, how did you get here? How did you get here? I said, how do you think? They drove me in the car. I don't know the area. And she says, well, what have you seen or something? She's going after my eyes. And I said, all I can see you in a prescription pad. And, well, check your eyes. I know where she's going, Brenda. She's going about driving. You know what that is.
Yeah.
Again, the laws. Okay. I says, if this is all that's on your mind, and considering the condition of my lung, bye.
Yeah.
I left. Then I got that other doctor. He's in the same place she is. So they won't step up. To show you what I mean, Bonnie, the guy in Whitby gave me the blue inhaler, if you ever had. And I went back to him, and he misunderstood what I said. I said to him, this isn't healthy, which means I don't think I got a problem. So he sent me to some guy, and okay, it's all found out or whatever. And he gave me an inhaler. Just about knocked me on my butt. So I said to George, he's leaving the office, and I said to him, why did he give me all this now? And I had to stand in front of the door to him. I said, you're not leaving, George. He didn't tell me. He says, well, I guess he wanted to hit it hard. I says, it takes my breath away. But anyway, they don't want to step on other people's toes.
Yeah.
He barely wanted to tell me why I was giving such strong stuff. But, you know, George and I are okay. And he just said, I guess he wanted to hit it hard. He's a specialist, not me. So anyway.
Well, see, when I originally moved down here, Blackwatch, I moved down here from Kitchener.
Oh, yeah. Kitchener. Yeah.
And when I moved down here, there was no doctors taking patients. So I kept my doctor in Kitchener.
Yeah. So did I.
Well, since I moved down here, there's been like 12 doctors retire.
Yeah.
And that's all their practices needing a new doctor too.
Yeah.
So 12 doctors going out of the system, and none of them were taking patients when I moved down here. And I moved down here in 99. And they had a shortage back then, and it hasn't changed.
No, I think they're second guessing the profession. You know?
So it makes you wonder, will those doctors, okay, I don't know how, once they get their license, can't they go out and practice on their own? Can we go back to in-home visit doctors?
Yes.
Those doctors just working in the private sector doing.
Yes,
I think once all this stuff is cleaned up, they can. But right now, they got to get rid of all the people that were complicit in pushing this evil.
I think that's going to be the best way to go in the future, because it cuts down on their overhead. They don't have to worry about that, or the employees, the building. It just makes more sense. And of course, then with the insurance, you wouldn't be able to use that. But I remember back in the day when they would take a couple of chickens or a home cooked meal or whatever.
Yeah. And see, I think once they clean out all the ones that were complicit, then you're going to see all the ones that want to be naturopaths and homeopaths come back out.
Yes, because they were being
knocked off.
Yes. And
by the hundreds.
Yes. And I actually found one though. And so he's about 45 minutes from me. And he uses all natural supplements, and he's really good. And he keeps going for more training every year and keeps up with what's new and what's working and what's not.
Yeah, and see, when I moved down here, the doctor that I saw in Toronto for my IBS, he advised me against surgery, even as bad as my IBS was, because he said once you have that surgery, you're going to have problems for life.
Yes.
And he says, and I'm a specialist, and he says, I only do that surgery if it's a matter of life and death.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I moved down here, I found this great couple that had a wellness store, alternative health wellness.
Yes.
And she got me on some stuff that helped with my IBS, but it also, I'm sure that it helped with me getting pregnant, because I'd been to 3 specialists, one in Toronto, one in Hamilton, and one in London, and they all said that I wasn't going to be able to have any kids because I had too much scar tissue from endometriosis.
Wow.
And that's so fun.
And after I got this natural stuff that helped with my IBS, out of the blue, I got pregnant. And then I had one for every doctor that said I wasn't getting any. And it was all natural, made from plant sterols and sterolins, and it works on anything to do with the immune system.
That is awesome.
Well, IBS, endometriosis, they're all immune system related. So is arthritis, diabetes. My girlfriend's mom used to, well, they both had rheumatoid arthritis. My girlfriend's hands, her fingers used to be locked shut.
Yes.
So she would drive with the palm of her hands and her wrists.
Yes.
And I got her on it. And after about 7 months, she could open her hands almost completely.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
I got to write that down. What is it called?
It's called Moducare. And I'm not a doctor, nor do I pretend to be, and I'm not giving medical advice. YouTube.
I would ask mine about that and see what he says, because he may have something similar. Or
Yeah, it's called Moducare, and
Yeah.
it's still out there. It's still I can still buy it here in the natural stores.
yeah,
And so then after the 7 months, when her mom saw the difference, and her mom was in a wheelchair for 2 years with rheumatoid arthritis, and she was taking 6 needles of insulin a day.
They're asking you to spell it, Brent.
wow.
Moducare, Moducare.
Woohoo, I spelled it right.
And so then she got her mom on it, and after her mom taking it religiously for a year and a half, her mom walks 2 miles a day, and she's down to 1 pill for her diabetes.
That is amazing.
You
See,
are-
She didn't have to change her diet. It didn't affect any of the stuff she was on, except that it helped her wean herself off of all that other stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, Cindy, you're right. Do you want a cross-border success story? What I call success. George, I won't use his last name, that I ended up with. He was in a clinic in Whitby. That's the way they ran it. And then a lot were going to retire. They wanted to pull out. So him and another guy wanted to buy them out. They're going to retire. No deal. So they had a house built. It looks like, like retail or something, but it's a house. So I went with them, and I'm sitting at his desk. He has the older furniture and that. It looks real sharp. And I noticed this small circular brass like picture thing. So I turned him around, and it was 2 kids. Now he's older. So I talked, this one guy sits in there, he's got long gray hair and a ponytail. So we're sitting there waiting, and we got talking, and he knew more about him. George was in California. He was very, very serious with a woman. But he said to her, I can't stay here. I can't practice. Malpractice insurance is killing me. I'm going to Ontario. He's in Toronto. He commutes to Whitby to his practice. And she said, no, I'm not going. He said, well, I have no choice. And he came up here and eventually got married. And he's got kids, and he's the greatest doctor, and he's got a family. I think that's fantastic, But cross-border, the malpractice insurance was killing him. He couldn't make a living, let alone get married.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick, I'm sorry.
I know that. I just read that. So many losses of everybody.
You see what Lori put right above that?
Yes.
I'll tell you, because of my IBS, because of everything else that had been going on, when I got pregnant, each time I got pregnant, I couldn't lose the weight afterwards. Well, I lost most of it the first 2, but the third one, I couldn't. No matter what I did, I tried every natural diet plus a couple of the chemical ones, and I never lost a pound. I only gained. So let me tell you what happened when I got diagnosed back in November of 2018. I always had a large chest, which caused a problem in many ways. But I also had this weight that I couldn't lose, and my skin had like a a greenish gray tone to it.
Oh,
Mm.
And now, after all the research, because I dove into research. The day I got home from that diagnosis, I dove into research to find the cause, not the symptoms.
Right.
And strangely enough, the day that I was diagnosed, the first doctor that did the biopsies, he came in, he goes, "Oh, you have cancer." And he threw the file on the thing and he says, "I'll go get the other doctor." And he walked out. And he left me there for half an hour by myself.
Oh my goodness.
So me being me, I opened up the file and I took pictures of everything. And then after I left there, I called my own doctor and I said to her, "Listen," I said, "that report says that I have fatty liver." And I said, "And I don't drink." She says, "Yeah, well, we're not going to worry about that right now. We'll deal with that later." That was her response.
there's other issues sometimes with the liver. It comes nothing from drinking.
Well, the liver is the cause of everything that was backing up in my system, because once the IBS got as bad as it was,
Yeah.
the liver was overloaded. And once it gets to the point where it's so overloaded, that's when it starts forming tumors.
It
Yes.
can't clean anymore. Can't clean your
Yeah.
system any longer.
So I started doing all this research, right? And I went and saw my friend at the wellness store, and we came up with a plan of what I was going to hit this with naturally. And I started on the oil probably 2 weeks after the diagnosis, but nobody was giving out enough information back there, and I didn't know any better. And so I was taking like 1 or 2 drops, and then it would screw me up, so I wouldn't take any more for 12 hours. But I didn't know that you had to build up to a certain level and then stay there or increase it. So for about a year on the oil, I screwed myself. But I figured it out eventually on my own.
Yeah.
But I started with the research and digging into it. And within a week and a half, Bonnie, of me starting all this natural stuff to treat the liver, to try and detoxify that so that I could get at the tumors, I lost 12 pounds in a week and a half. And I had tried for almost 9 years to lose 1 pound. And in a week and a half, I lost 12. So when I was weighed the day of the diagnosis, I was 238. I am now back down to where I was in my 20s at 127.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
How many women were
All the green and gray is gone out of my skin. I used to have I think they call it a ganglion, ganglion, a
Gangrene.
big knot in my wrist.
Oh.
It's sort of like carpal tunnel, but it's a great big knotted thing. It was in my wrist, anyways.
carpal syndrome.
Yeah, but this ganglion, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was so bad, that ganglion, that when I was bowling, I had to wear a support on my wrist, and I had to pick up my bowling ball with 2 hands because of this thing.
5 pin balls or 10 pin?
5 pin.
5 pin you had to? Wow.
Because this thing was right where your wrist bends, and it was about the size of a golf ball. That's gone. The lump that the ear, nose, and throat specialist told me I didn't have in my throat that just kept getting bigger and bigger, that's gone. There's a crap load of moles, gone. All the green and gray tone in my skin, gone. Now, of course, my oldest daughter, whose brain is trapped in this, you're dying like everybody else is diagnosed. Well, why have you lost so much weight? I said, well, if you look at pictures of me back in my 20s, you'll see that this is the size I was. And now all of that poison is going out of my body.
Yeah.
And it worked in the manner that it pulled everything from every part of my body and broke it down, and it pulled it all to the tumor, which made it very difficult because at one point when my mother-in-law passed from her cancer, and I finally gave up because I was pushing myself to the max, even though I was a year and a half into it, I wasn't stopping. I was still doing all the running for the kids, taking them out on the boat, running them to their grandmothers, and all this other stuff. And when she finally passed away is when I finally quit and just laid down and started trying to get some rest. And that's when the tumor exploded in size, because it was pulling everything from every part of my body to the tumor and draining it out of the biopsies that never drained. So at one point, it got up to almost the size of a grapefruit. But then it would drain. And then it got to the point where after it drained, it wouldn't grow and it wouldn't increase back in size anymore. So then I knew I was getting somewhere because it wasn't blowing up as much.
Yeah.
And so I just kept at it. And after 3 years, I'm back down to 127 where I was in my 20s. And my daughter can't understand it. She thinks I'm dying. And I said, listen, no way am I dying. I said, not once. Since the day I got that diagnosis, did I ever think I wasn't going to beat this. But I also knew the only way I could do it was naturally.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how hard it was going to be. Because these last 2 months have been horrific. But I think I'm getting somewhere. Now that I know what I know about the NIH information, and I found a way to get around the gagging, I think it's only going to get better. So then I just got to get a container so that come June 1st, even if I don't know where I'm going, I at least have a place to put my belongings and I can put them in storage until I find someplace.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'm thinking once I've got everything in the container come June 1st, I'm just gonna hire a flat deck, and I'm gonna get them to put the container and my old camper, which I'm gonna use for a chicken coop, and I'm just gonna get them to float it up there and put it in storage up there, and then I'll spend the summer looking for someplace.
Yeah.
But I just gotta get there first. I gotta be able to get my stuff out of here by the day I'm being evicted.
You know, I don't mean to. There's very few words I can't pronounce, even it takes me a moment. But I cannot pronounce that word.
Which word?
Endometriosis.
Endometriosis.
Maybe I should do it phonetically. Endometriosis. Yeah.
Endometriosis.
I dealt with a lot of, very few women get past the age of 50, 55 without, surgery. But, there's a little story that came into, there was, after racing, I dated a few women, and there's one I honestly thought would go somewhere, and she said to the guards, they had Doberman pinchers and things. He's okay, don't.
Yeah.
And she had a condominium, and believe it or not, well, I got downsized. She got downsized from IBM, and then, the computers. She were lawyers and doctors. She supported. But anyway, it was such a sad thing. She came from the islands or something. Her father died, and he was fairly well off. She went to McGill University, but her brothers would say to her, Donna, no man would ever want you. That's what they, straight on. But
nice.
We're sitting in the parking lot, and you went to dinner and all that, and I was trying to quit smoking. I'm still trying. And she says, we're just sitting there, and it was fairly early on, in the middle. You know where you're waiting for the woman to decide, the next, whatever. Because I said to her, it's been a lot of fun dating and all this, but you don't know if you can stand me for 8 hours. And she used to talk to my mom on her lunch breaks. And anyway, we're sitting in there in the dark, and she says, I have, how do you say that? Endometriosis.
Sis.
Endometriosis.
And
Yeah.
no one's going to smoke in my bedroom. And I sat there after she went in, and I thought, what did she just tell me that for? But that's the only woman I ever knew that had that condition. It's just you tripped off the memories. And
Well, see, here's what my grandmother, my mom's mom, she was born at the turn of the century, last century, the 1900s, like I think 1902 or 1912. She had all the symptoms that I had from endometriosis, from what my mom described, and to the point where the pain was so bad, she was screaming and crying most of the day.
that's how I understand it.
Yeah, and my mom said that she couldn't take it because the doctors back then were telling her she was crazy. It was in her imagination. And I know exactly what she went through, because when I was first diagnosed with it, it took me 2 years of fighting with them before I found a doctor that knew what was going on.
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch of them tell me there was nothing wrong with me. It's all in my head, blah, blah, blah. But, so she had this going on back in 1912. So she'd probably been in her, maybe around 1930 when she had it, or 19 in that area. And it was so bad, and there's so many people ridiculed her that she took her own life.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She committed suicide when my mom was 18 because of the pain.
That happens a lot, believe it or not, well, in Ontario, like Laurie's wondering about. In Ontario, a woman has a mastectomy, the reconstruction, everything's covered. Well, it covers the whole thing up here.
See,
It was-
my grandmother. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. So I'm just going to say, women's rights were very strongly fought for since the 70s. And of course, the come down was a woman wants to still be a woman as much as she can. That's the concept.
Right.
Right.
But look what it turned into. My grandmother and mother both had so many surgeries throughout their life, and I thought, ugh, look what I have to look forward to. And I don't know what's different in me, but I've had my tonsils and adenoids out, emergency appendectomy, and I had my tubes tied. And I won't have another surgery. And but the rheumatoid arthritis, I knew I had that like when I was about 30 is when it started in my hip. But it would just flare up once in a while, like once in a few years.
Yeah.
But this last year, it's really hit me, especially in my hands and my fingers. The knuckles just look like huge,
Bonnie,
bony things.
you should try that Moducare.
Yes.
Now,
And
my girlfriend, that her fingers were locked, I told her, buy enough that you can take it for 3 months religiously and don't stop, because the changes are so subtle that you don't even notice. As you gain more back, you just keep doing more. I said at the end of the 3 months, stop taking it for a week. So she did that. And she said, oh my God, she said, I went back on it before the end of the week. She said, I noticed the difference right away. So she takes it, and it's like I said, it's 100% plant sterols and sterilized. It doesn't interact. They had all these testimonies on their website and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No interference with any medications that people were taking. And they just kept taking this and had miraculous results.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I have a stress ball, and I keep doing it, trying to keep my fingers moving so that they don't lock up. Because I know um, after I was bedridden for a while, I couldn't even raise my arms. I couldn't brush my own hair. I couldn't raise my arms. I couldn't
Yeah,
wash my hair, nothing. And um, so I just kept every morning as soon as I'd wake up, I would just start stretching just everything. And um, plus the supplements I am on, now I can lift my arms.
yeah,
I still can't reach behind my back. They don't go that way, but um, there's way to fix those things in clothing.
yeah.
And so I can
Well,
see I'm
I
getting
know
better, but not where I want to be.
yeah. And I know that when I find a natural thing that helps with any of my health issues, if I have to keep taking it, whether it's natural or not, I'll keep taking it
Yeah.
because the natural is what's healing the stuff. So,
Well, and this is another part of the community too. I mean, um, here we all are afraid to go to doctors and hospitals and anything like that that someone may know about to help others because, I mean, a lot of us are pretty close to the same age here,
yeah, yep,
50 and over. And so, yeah, having the same issues and the same damn body. What are you doing? Quit
You know,
failing.
and see,
you know how that funny thing ended with Donna? Just to finish that off. Um, it was in November. So she says, come to my place for Christmas. I said, fine. I'm almost 50. So I go to pick her up. Now you can get upstairs, right? The guards let you up and everything. I knock on the door to take her to dinner. The door opens and she's leaning towards the wall, looking like a 14-year-old being picked up for a date. Her mother comes out of the kitchen. I think, where the hell did you come from? That pretty well ended it. Because she's obviously the woman's not going to keep it. And she said, put up the fence. I said, look at my shoulder. I put additions on 2 houses, I'm done. But anyway, I said to her, the job I had at least 4 other ones on the side. Like Shane said, you can't make a living. But she just wouldn't wait, you know. But, oh well.
And that's what worries me too is, I mean, we've all heard it for years and years and years. If you're diagnosed with cancer, you don't get a surgery because that just, once the air hits it, it's like kaboom.
yeah,
Am I misunderstanding that? Because I have heard that for, I know, 20 years. And so it is really frustrating that that's the first thing that they want to do whenever
yeah.
What is
somebody's,
the operation in Europe? What are you saying in Europe?
I'm sorry, Blackwatch?
I don't know what operation you're talking about in Europe. Are you saying it's not covered or something?
No,
No,
not
she
in
said,
it's
no, she's saying anybody getting an operation on cancer.
it
What's the
makes the
problem?
cancer spread once the air hits it.
Oh yeah, you can't. There's certain things you cannot allow that happen.
And see,
Right.
that was one of my biggest worries, because two of the 3 biopsies never closed. So
Mm,
they were open to the air,
yeah.
but they turned out to be my saving grace, because that's the only way that all the toxins that were being pulled out of my body were draining.
Yeah.
No.
That's awesome. I know my son, he just had a thyroid biopsy, and then now he's got the kidney cancer. And I keep trying to get him to go to the one I go to because, I mean, he can give you supplements that get rid of gallstones, kidney stones, um, the IBS. It just, he can, and somehow, some way, he has a way of knowing what organ needs help first. And
Yeah.
that's, he starts working on the very first thing. And because I'm allergic to so many foods and everything, I can take foods into him and he can tell me whether I am okay with it or not. And only one time in the past 5 years that I've been going to him, he's been wrong about one food. And it may have been just where I got it, because
Yeah.
it was potatoes. And so I don't know, but sweet potatoes, boy, they they if I even hold a sweet potato, you can test it on yourself actually. If you put it in both your hands in front of you, your body will kind of, I know this sounds crazy, but
Oh,
if
yeah.
it
It'll lean forward or back, right?
yes, yes. Oh my gosh, you know.
Oh, yeah. I researched, girl. I researched.
And it is so weird that you can test yourself for things like that. There's so many,
Your body'll tell you. Yeah.
yeah, there's so many things that God has put in us that we have not even known, so much that we can tap into with the energies and the and I know I'm getting way out there, but the healing crystals, you've ever heard of that?
Yep.
There's there's a there's a there's something to that. And I just hope that we all learn more self-healing, and if we can't do it ourselves, that we have some kind of backup out there.
That's it. Guardian's got it. It's called the self-telekinesis test. Your body tells you. Yep.
Wow. I'm not crazy. Other people know about it. Well,
Well, you,
we had a herb store here, and the lady that had it, she had all the oils and all kinds of natural stuff, and she's the one who told me that, because I told her I was going to a reflexologist to see what I was could take and what I couldn't. And she said, you know, you can do that on yourself. And I said, no, I didn't know that. And she handed me a bottle and she said, do this and see what happens. And you can just feel that draw.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I was just like, no way that just happened. Because
Good night, 1A.
I'm skeptical about everything.
well, you know my opinions, and I'll state them.
Night 1A.
To me,
God bless.
sorry.
It's okay. I know you're gonna argue with me about everything.
No, no, quite the contrary.
Oh,
I think cancer is naturally occurring, except tobacco. I mean, let's face it, smoking. I think carcinogens. There's a lot of talk about carcinogens and stuff today. Carcinogens exist in nature, always will. As far as what you're doing, you come out of an operation and you've got a good attitude. No matter where you get it from, you will heal quicker.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
You
Your
know,
mind, your mind controls lot of things in your body.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's why the positivity, God, anything that gets that, what they were talking about in Liberty Warrior, the is it the pineal gland?
Pineal. Yep.
Yeah, that.
There's a lot with the, sorry, I thought you were gonna.
It's okay. Go ahead. I
I've,
get
I've,
all excited and I just go blah, blah, blah.
I've heard all kinds of stuff, of stories, and this one will carry it. The man was very, very ill, and his son and daughters came in to see him one night, and he's tired. Where you get that state of mind, but he's carrying on a conversation like they're at home. And his daughters went down for a coffee, and his son just sat in the corner. They came back, he was gone. Son says to them, he knew it was time. He had his good time. He decided to leave. There's the mind is where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Of what you somehow feel you have done. You're finished. Whatever you wanted to do. I mean, there was no hope for him. That was the definite. But I think it facilitates an awful lot of things that you just, you somehow know.
Yeah.
You have to finish, and like the son said, he left, and I guess he decided it's time to go. It was finished.
Bonnie, Lori wants you to repeat what you were saying about the telekinesis, about your body knowing. She wants you to repeat what you do. She didn't hear you.
Okay. Like, if you're going to try something new, you hold it in both of your hands in front of you, and your body will kind of lean forward if you accept it and lean backwards if you don't.
Yeah, you can feel it.
It's just like a magnet thing. I don't know how to explain it.
And here's something that's really similar to that. I don't know if you've heard of
Oh no.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Did her phone go? Is she on a phone? That's why I don't have a phone.
Dadgummit, this was really interesting. Finish that sentence, Brennan.
Do you want to know an example of what you're talking about? You're going to say, here, whatever. But think about it. You ever watch Star Wars?
I think everybody has, yes.
So Luke comes in where Yoda's.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch every one of them, but
No, but Yoda knows he's dying. He's 700 years old. And he has that place. It's all like a bleak swamp thing. Anyway, Luke's starship, it's jet, whatever you want to call it, the fighter sinks. And he says, bring it up. And he can't do it. He gives up. And he says, you have no faith. And Yoda leans forward and raises the thing. Telekinesis. I can't say that word either. What you're talking about.
telekinesis, is that what?
It's transference of your thoughts to an object. That's what that is. That's why you hold that thing in your hand.
Okay.
That's what you're trying to do. Move it. Move it with your mind and your body.
I wasn't trying to. That's what blew me away. I was just like, this is so crazy. I'm sitting here holding this bottle in my hands, and sure enough, it just happens. It's just like natural. There's no way I can describe it. It just happens.
I mean, I wouldn't try raising a 4,000-pound fighter jet if I were you, but you can move an awful lot. That's Star Wars, right? Sci-fi.
Oh no, I didn't move the object. It's your body attracts or retracts from the object that you're holding.
You're moving electrons from your body to it. I hate to make it sound,
Well,
you know,
no, that makes sense
that's
because
what you're doing.
that's that's what I was talking about last night when Pappy had us pray, and he told us to hold our hands up, but not touching. Like if there was a ball in the middle of our hands,
Yeah,
and to sit there and concentrate on the energy going to our hands, and Heather and I both felt our hands. Well, mine just got warm. She said hers got hot, so she probably has stronger ability than me, but still at the same time, when we all acted like we were putting our hands on the knee that needed healing, and you could just feel it, just it was just amazing. And it's over the internet. We weren't touching him. We're just, but I do believe in all of that because that's how I was raised. My grandmother was very strong in it. Um, as crazy as this sounds, uh, she was a healer. And so one time I was carrying, I decided I was going to make fudge. Well, I had the butter and uh, something boiling, but it wasn't right. So I went outside to pour it out, and the pot slipped and it spilled on my hand, boiling butter.
yeah,
And so instantly I had about a 3-inch blister come up on my hand. And so my brother was like, "We got to get to grandmother's. Oh my God, that's bad." And so we go up to my grandmother's, and um, she sat there for a minute with her eyes closed, concentrating, and she put her hand on my hand, and there is no scarring or nothing. It just,
yeah,
it it's gone. And so my mother, she's always told me if I'm not feeling good, to lay flat on your back, put your hands like a steeple over your abdomen, and just breathe deep. And it's like that energy just starts, it can relax you. It can, she says it can heal things. I don't know. And I keep forgetting about that one, and I haven't done it, but I mean, there's so many things that people say. Um, the Hispanic community, they do, they go over you with a broom, and it like is supposed to sweep away any negative bad stuff. They do the egg when you're sick, and the egg will be hard boiled when it's done. It's
yeah.
it's crazy the things that are out there that we
I,
don't know about.
I've gone all my life, and people always said you had a premonition. I said, no, I knew it since I was 14. My dad always said to me, quit your whining and belly aching. You talk in riddles. Right in front of the house, I was 14. I sat on the ground. I said, next time you want to talk about it, pick it up. That was the end of trying to explain it, Bonnie.
Yeah. And
I,
that's where I think the Native Americans were tapped into all that. And um, shamans, that there's they have just focused on it so much till they have come to a point where they're at a higher level than people who don't practice doing it. You can use your mind and the energies in your body, the energies in the earth. That's why they tell you walk barefoot on the dirt and get in the sun. And it's because it is healing, it's healthy. I've seen Hilarious too in here so many times say that, and it's true. It
I
just
mean,
is.
Sorry, go ahead. Like,
It's okay.
finish your thought. I don't. You can explain this any way you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But I told you about, we called her Amanda with those 9 months. And tried, suppose it's projection. And there's 14 hours difference. She came back on. She says, I felt you. What did you do? And I said, I was there, in a way. And people, I don't care, Bonnie, whether they believe it or not.
I believe it.
You know, I got shifted off, like I told you, that channel for what I could or couldn't do. I don't care. I'm through trying to explain it. I mean, my dad and I, we went Labor Day weekend drag racing. He was warm and, you know, whatever. And we went back, locked up the car, and I went out to see a woman in Newmarket where I live. 10 in the morning, I told my mom, I said, what's wrong with Dad? He went in the washroom and he had a brain stroke. Had a stroke. You know, they'll say that's premonition. I mean, she said, we're going back together. She was living with a woman. I'm sinus infection, playing a game on the thing, and all of a sudden, the phone. Something wrong with the phone. She took it off the hook so the woman wouldn't hear, went down with the guy to smoke drugs. And then, so, okay, it's a premonition. I had no idea it was the phone that was wrong. You know, you give up trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Actually, I in some ways, I know what was wrong with Amanda. It's a physical thing you can't do anything about. But I think some ways I scared her away. You know?
Yeah. Well, and that's, you know, people saw my grandmother do things like that. And of course, they called her a witch. And yes, that still happens. But it's not. It is, it's given to every human naturally. I truly believe that. I don't think it's.
I could dig a deeper hole for myself here, but it's in my beliefs. That guy I was with, you know, the Zoom, you change the name, you play around. And this could crucify me. I don't care. I changed the name to White Necromancer, and he freaked out. He freaked out. I said, there's no white, there's only black. He said, well, was he on top of it? There is. There is. There's more, how does the line go? More to heaven and earth, the ratio, when he holds the skull. There's an awful lot that, and it's only for good, you know what I mean? It like you say, like, I can only say it from a man's standpoint, obviously, but if you've ever held the woman you love, there's something moving between you at that time.
Well, yeah.
There's an awful lot moving, and anyway, it's more than what you think, right? Some might think it's beyond that.
Well, and the joining of souls came from somewhere.
And maybe, I don't know, but I've been ridiculed all over the place, so I just shut up now. You know, whatever.
Well, this has been really interesting, and I've really enjoyed the chat's input, and they're saying a lot of good stuff there too. And Guardian, yeah, Deanna, I think, told me about the earthing mats, and it's in my Amazon cart that we're not supposed to order from. Yep.
You know, sometimes it's good to talk about it to get the right audience. Some don't. I don't know. My daughter's been labeled an empath. You know where she gets it from? You know, and it still gets buried. It gets hidden. Nobody wants to, you know.
Oh, there's a bunch of empaths here. We have a whole bunch in this community, I've noticed. And that's the worst thing for me is about being that way is uh, emotional pain. Anyone who's in emotional pain, I feel it. I feel it like it's mine. And um, so I can't go to funerals, cannot do it absolutely at all. And uh, when it's one of my kids, it's just like I have been stabbed in the heart. It's like
Yeah.
10 times stronger than it
I
should
didn't.
be.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I couldn't go to my mom's funeral. That was just a final. I just could not. I saw her in the hospital and all that, and you know what's happening. But anyway, like I told you, it was a Mount Pleasant Cemetery in Toronto, the original one, and they, had the plots there. And my daughter came in from here, and she went to it. Then they went to a restaurant. My sister bought them a meal or something. But she had a very odd question. He says, I went to it. Of course, there was a minister, the Anglican based. And she says, Dad, I don't understand something. You know what? He was smiling all the way through it. And I says, you don't know why? I had to explain it to her. And she's deeply religious. So it was just an odd little thing, you know.
Yep.
But I'm like you, I got so many in the family, I had over 500. And we had this one home where everybody was close to. That's where they all were buried. I couldn't go anymore, Bonnie. I just could not look in a casket anymore.
Oh yeah. That's that's what I tell my kids, whatever they decide. But if it's burial, don't open the casket. I don't want that to be their last memory. Because it is.
It's strange. My mom requested that rather than ordered with my father, and yet I saw no reason for it because this was the family, right? You go
Mhm.
before the showing. I could see no issue, but that was her decision.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, terrible. I got through my father's. I got through that. I got all the eulogy, the whole thing with my brother-in-law. He told her, said he could not have done. I get all the way to that. We go to Mount Pleasant, and go through the whole thing. And it's in January, and the wet snow was coming. You could tell. It was by the smell in the air. I got all the way through it. And the one brother that owned the shop and drag racing broke down. He screwed me up so bad. And it was funny, the snow let off until the way home to my sister's place where the reception was.
Uh-huh.
It was a very, very strange day how that happened. But anyway,
Wow.
but keep believing in it, Bonnie, no matter what they say.
Oh, I am.
It's just the way it is.
People can't turn me too easily. I'm pretty stubborn and hard-headed when I want to be too.
Can I ask
But
you a question that you didn't have a chance to finish on
what?
one? It was Chuck's or something. The difference between Southern Baptist and missionary. They disagree with
Um,
the suffering. I don't understand that. I don't, for the life of me.
I don't know the difference. All I know is Southern Baptist, and it's um,
Without
well,
going,
it's been years and years since I've been in a Southern Baptist church. I've my whole family. My great uncle was a Pentecostal preacher, and my uncle is a preacher. It's a non-denomination, but it
right?
tends to lean towards Baptist. Um, and it's um, I don't agree with using just parts of the Bible in a sermon to
Yeah,
kind of like condemn the
yeah,
people. We need to be uplifting in church also. And I understand you trying to get the point across that you have to choose the right path, and we try to be as righteous as we can, but we can't force that on somebody. It No matter how much you sit there and yell at them and beat on the pedestal, whatever you call that,
no.
it's you're not gonna get through to them in that way. I don't feel like I just feel like um
You know
like
what?
I would walk into church, I would hug and I love you, and it was I wanted to make sure that they knew, no matter what they're doing, it doesn't matter. We have to love. Well, it says that in the Bible. Sorry. And
You know, you know what I was told.
sometimes
Sorry. Go ahead.
it's okay. Sometimes it's hard. Uh, you know, we're supposed to love all. So it's hard with what the evil ones are doing, but um, I think just praying for them that their hearts can be changed, maybe, or that the evil can leave them, is being loving. Don't you think?
You know, sorry. Do you know what I was told? It was in a Zoom, and there's one guy, maybe 40, and he had some issues. He's living with his mother. He's outside of Macomb, Georgia. The other one's in Arkansas, twice a week going to whatever it is. So I asked the question, what's the difference? And all I got back, they disagree on the suffering of Christ. I don't understand that. Yeah, if the story's true and what he went through, how can you argue? You know,
Exactly.
how
No,
can you argue that? But anyway, that's the only. And then they had to go. I've never asked it. Well, now I'm out of there. I soon learned anything I shared in there made its way back publicly. So that was the end of that. So
yeah,
I believe that it's true of men and women, but especially being a man. I give you something in confidence, and it gets out. It doesn't matter why. That's the end of it. You don't exist to me anymore. That's the greatest break in faith. When you. But anyway, that's
your
what they told
presence.
me. The suffering of Christ. They disagree, and I'm, huh, huh. I think somebody
Yeah,
said that in the chat. There was something about whether the cross was actually a pole out of Latin. What difference does it make? What was made out of what it is?
exactly.
Its purpose
The
is no,
point is, he died for us.
But in any event, it was. You didn't get a chance to finish it. Honestly, you got stepped on. Must have been Chuck's. It just stayed with me because how can you disagree from that?
Yeah,
The only thing I don't know, quite honestly, the third day rose again. From where? Death. Only death. Where was he? But anyway.
the path to God is through Christ Jesus.
No, but
I
where did he go for those 3 days? You know about Lazarus? He raised him, but the man died. It's just, I don't know. It just goes around in my head.
You have a Bible?
I've read it when I was young. I had a black one with my name in gold. My sister had a white one with the name in gold. Onion leaf paper, we used to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Just look up that story, or even on the internet. Um, I can read it over and over and over. I don't remember it, but I mean, somewhat. I can't tell you scriptures and numbers and where it's at, but I know um, when I got my eyesight back, uh, this young man on Facebook, he has a very religious family. He grew up with pastors and everything also, and he put out a challenge, 20 20-day challenge, first 20 minutes of every day. Read Bible or just pray. First 20 minutes before you touch anything else. Your cell phone, anything. Even if you're married, no cuddling till you do this. The first 20 minutes. It was a commitment. And during that time, maybe because of the commitment or just the um, it just opened a channel that I had never had before, and that just made things so much clearer to me. And I started seeing more and I started hearing more, and it was it was just amazing. um,
My
I,
problem. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know if to me it wasn't illusions. It was I even drew a picture of it because I wanted to remember exactly what I saw. But
Yeah.
I I truly believe I saw Jesus twice.
And nobody can take that from you, nor should they.
Well, one time I don't know if it was a dream or but I had just woke up, but and I got out of bed right after I saw it. So I don't think I was dreaming.
Doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's with you. My
Yeah,
problem is I got an overly analytic mind, I guess. So when I look at you got the Old Testament and the new one start, then you have books coming after it. I don't want to say my thoughts on it. It's overly analytical. I just, um,
everybody keeps saying to read Ephesians.
wow. I mean, all that in my life is gone when I came here. So there's no going back. But
Yeah,
it won't say I don't believe, and I can't say I do. Just in between, and I kind of have a feeling what'll prove it to me. So that's just me.
I know. I know it's hard when you're suffering. A lot of people, um,
I've struggled with what some men, particularly men, do,
well, yeah,
and they
but we
get
can
away.
always
They
talk
get
about
they
it.
get away with it. They get away with it. They get my wife, my ex. She, I told you about swearing, whatever. That's only because the words don't work. But she said to me, "You used to be so caring. You're not." I guess that's what it infers. And I says to her, I told you the story when she
Yeah,
went with that young guy and stayed with the landlord, the property manager. And I
yes,
said, I stood there with you on New Year's Eve. I told you what would happen. Then I had to go back, and you were there, and that man stood before me. Do you know how much it took for me
yes,
to hold back? I
yes, I
said, talk about.
do.
I said, don't you think that outpouring of caring takes its effect? Anyway,
But you have to understand, God did not have a hand in that at all.
So if he did, I do not believe in him. If he had any hand in what happened that night, I could not believe in God. No way. I know he
Yeah.
didn't. I know he didn't. But Bonnie, when you sense it, you feel it coming from that man for weeks. And it, you know,
That's the evil. That's
or
what we're fighting.
I have the thing and people don't, but I can look into somebody's eyes and get a read on them. Some of it you don't know. You give them a chance, you know, like it's
Good night, Cindy. I'm fixing to close down pretty quick.
But anyway, I'll let you go. But I can sense one way or the other. They're either very good or they're very bad. And I've not been wrong. Not one.
Well, I hope that since you keep coming back here, that you're getting good vibes here.
I can't look into anybody's eyes, even if I can't see. But anyway, it just brought to mind when she says, you know, you don't have any more carrot. I said, I don't have any left. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I enjoyed talking to you, Blackwatch. Thank you for keeping me company.
well, I too, it's somehow I relate to you. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't.
Well,
And
that's good.
like I said, Amanda ended before it ended. But I'm starting to feel like you. I'm starting to think like you. I don't think she was comfortable with that. But anyway.
Well, and that's, if any of our stories can help one person, that's it. We've accomplished something. Hey, Brenda, is it working now?
Hey, what did I miss?
Oh, everything.
That was fun. Everything just went black.
On your phone?
No, in the house.
Yeah, but you're on a phone.
Yeah, but my internet went down, so
Oh,
because the power went out.
it took the modem out, did it?
Yeah.
You can get a thing that'll last, 20 minutes or so. Mainframe said that. We had 20 minutes to start doing stuff on UPS. Anyway. Oh, well.
Well, Brenda, I was fixing to shut down. Was there something that you wanted to put in that?
No, I just wanted to come back and let y'all know that I wasn't being ignorant or anything.
I can't remember what you were talking about, that you were
Right in the middle of a sentence when everything went dead.
Yes, and we're all sitting here on the edge waiting, and you're gone.
Just so
the one thing I was going to say in relation to the, doing the self-telekinesis, I don't know if you all have heard of them, but there's EMF protector stickers that you can get for the back of your phones.
Yeah.
And it works exactly the same.
No, I haven't heard that.
Magnetical suppression.
Yeah. And so you put this sticker on the back of your phone, okay? And then you hold a phone that does not have one in your hand. Put your hands straight out sideways like you're trying to make a T. And you hold the phone that has no sticker in your hand. And you have someone try and push down on your other arm. And then you put that phone down and pick up the one that has the sticker on it. And it's far more difficult for anybody to push your arm down because that sticker is blocking the radiation.
Are you talking where you can't take your arm down? It's locked.
Yeah.
They do that with hypnosis too.
So it's called a what sticker?
EMF.
Electromagnetic suppression.
Are you
I know
saying
here
F like in Frank or S like in suppression?
F like Frank.
Okay.
Edward.
If you go into just about any one of your natural stores, should carry them. They usually come in like a pack of 3 stickers, and they go on the back of your phone or on your computer, and they block a vast majority of the radiation that's coming from your device.
The frequencies coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know,
Cool.
one time for a school trip, we went to, it's in Don Mills, the IBM manufacturing plant. I don't know if you know this. You might with EMS. The key punchers were coming out. They got the backs off of them. They have yellow wires, and they'd be about 14 gauge, 16. And they're all running in parallel across. You know what I mean? Just a rat's nest of them.
Yeah.
So the guy, the tour, you know, he's a tour guy. And questions. Nobody said. So I thought about it. And I says, tell me something. How do you prevent, you know, looking at that cross magnetation, I can't say the word, cross-induced electromagnetic force when it's turned on? You know what he said to me? He said, UCC underwritten, you can't get a shock. I said to the teacher, this guy's an idiot, I'll wait for you in the bus. Do you know what I was trying to say? If you take all those wires, you start sending electricity through, they create a magnetic force. They induce an electrical current to the other one. That's why they cross them. But I remember this to that day. He says to me, you know, you can't get a shock off. You know, when you plug something in, it's got to go around. I turned to the teacher and I said, this guy's an idiot. I'll wait for you in the bus. So I sat in the bus the rest of the 2 hours. You know, stupid. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what you're talking about with EMS. It's inducing a current. You know, it just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
The last time I ever asked IBM a question.
Scotty, have you put it up yet on your channel?
What's the name of the song? Is it Whiskey? You finally did Whiskey Lullaby, did you?
It's a phone call from heaven. Sounds like a pretty good one.
I'll have to take a look at it. There's about 4 lives going tonight.
Yeah, that's. Oh, okay, Scotty.
What's that other? There's 2 other really good songs too. One's called "Holes in the Floor of Heaven," and the other one is called "Wish You Were Here." Those are 2 awesome songs too. In fact, my daughter sang "Wish You Were Here" at her grandmother's funeral.
Brenda, am I alone here? Does anybody ever listen to musical theater? Because I'll go up the rock and roll without the real heavy metal. I don't like that. But there's so many songs that came out of musicals too.
Yeah.
You listen to them. You know what Bring 'Em Home is? That song? You know what the meaning of it within the musical?
No.
The character, Chris, is the one that Shavier, he does a soliloquy. But anyway, there's a young boy. You know when he's saying he's only young, he's just a boy.
Mm-hmm.
In the song and the lyrics, he's old. The boy's not related. It's in the village. He's trying to trade his soul and his life with God, with the boy. That's what he's doing. You know, it says, God on high, hear my prayer. That's what he's trying to do. Take me. I'm old. I'm finished. Bring the boy back from death. Anyway, just a little.
Yeah.
That's what the song's about. Les Mis is a fictional French Revolution, not the real one. But anyway, enough of that.
All right, y'all. I'm going to close up for tonight. It's been 3.5 hours. A little late. I
can't.
really appreciate y'all coming up. It's been really enjoyable talking to y'all. Are you still with us, Brenda?
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, okay. So just another fun fact. I had a couple people ask me why I changed my avatar because they thought it wasn't me, and the only reason I changed it is because that's my dog that I lost last week on Monday. So I changed my avatar to her. So
Yeah, Brenda can tell you. We got our own Woodstock up here. We don't need you. Right out by Brenda's Woodstock.
yep.
We did.
Well, it's just the other side of London,
Yeah.
but it's not far.
You get off the
In fact,
401, there's Highway 2, you're right there.
yeah, we used to have our trailer. My mom and dad used to have their trailer there on a seasonal thing in Woodstock. We used
Yeah.
to go. We used to spend the summers there.
Yep.
But anyways, thanks for having me, Miss Bonnie. Thank you for everybody in chat for putting up with my never-ending verbal diarrhea.
You're great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for coming up.
Okay.
The important thing is, Brenda, it sounds like you're getting better. And that's what counts.
Yes.
Well, I'm just trying to keep my spirits up, and I'm just praying that God's going to look after me. As long as I keep looking after my end and keep trying, I'm praying that He's going to help too. So,
Yeah.
and with the stuff that's coming out in the last 3 or 4 days, I think we're really close to something big flipping.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to get my house sold.
That's why I was trying to get my channel back up so I could get my link out there and keep sharing it, because I want to make sure that even if I don't have any place to go, that I at least have my belongings packed the day that they say get out.
Yes. And I understand that. That's I hope that one day my kids or grandkids will watch some of these videos, that may
And
be.
then, yeah, because they won't understand. Like, look at the kids that started in JK even 2 years ago.
Yes.
They think it's normal to wear a face diaper. They don't know any different. And they're all being hindered in their learning because they can't see the teacher's expression and they can't see their verbal pronunciation.
Yes.
So it's really hindering their development. And those people that are doing this are just evil, and they need to go.
I know you're serious, Brenda, but I can remember grade 4 in the basement, Miss French, for the homeroom. It was a raised platform. I was in love with her, red hair and all. Grade 4.
I love that song. God, we need you now.
Oh yeah, that's a good song too.
Yes, it is.
One last thing, Brenda, before I go.
Yeah.
I'm out of chocolate milk. You got any?
No, I don't drink that stuff. That's full of preservatives.
Well, it's fate I'm in. I need preserving, so I don't mind. Okay.
I put my email in the private chat if you want it, Blackwatch.
I can't see it. I can't.
Oh.
I can't
Okay.
see it.
I think I wrote it down. I will send it to you, Blackwatch.
Okay, thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate it. Good
You're
night,
welcome.
everybody. Thank you for putting up with me. Have a great night. God bless. Love and prayers to everybody.
Amen. God bless all of y'all, and thank you for coming, sharing your time with us.
Bye.
Bye bye. Sorry, I was reading the. Good night, y'all. Love you. Keep the faith. We got this.